This week on Face Off Hockey Show, we got some pretty brutal injuries. It's not great. Alex the Great is the greatest Russian, and there's trades to be made. Nashville Trade Center. That means February 20 whatever ain't going to be worth crap. All that and more. It's Face Off Hockey Show right now.
The following program is closed captioned for the thinking impaired.
Choose your command. You have chosen
the Face Off Hockey Show.
I mean, hockey is my life. I've got on hockey underwear right now.
The Face Off Hockey Show. What? With Scotty Waz. Sean O.
breakaway. Takes two scores. There you go.
And the P-Boys, Johnny and Mark with the C.
Yeah, baby.
You believe it not? Oh, yes!
Here's your host for the Face Off Hockey Show, Scotty Waz.
Scotty, you're muted.
God damn it. I hate when I turn off the microphone and have to turn it back on.
It's all right. It's fine.
Yeah.
I think I was just listening to this, and I know we listen to that every week, but I think we should be getting close where we just hard stop in the middle after Mark with the C, and then go and Lyle, and then like right back into the intro.
Mm-hmm.
Just maybe I'll do that someday.
There you go. Yeah.
How you doing?
Oh, I'm all right. So full disclosure, we did end the show early last time, and that's because Jen realized that she was having a gallbladder attack, which resulted in her having to have her gallbladder out soon. March 19th, not soon, though we're getting a second opinion, because she's like, this needs to come out now. So that was why I had a bolt a little early last week for good cause.
Like a Usain Bolt.
Exactly. Like, hey, peace, see ya. Off to the hospital where I work 8 hours a day.
Where people are like, hey, what are you doing back?
Yeah, exactly. Norm! No, my name's Scott. Who? All right, then.
I work here?
Yeah, what happened? So what happened with your weekend? You didn't have to get your gallbladder removed, did you? Because Jen didn't either, but she has to. She needs it.
I did not. I did not have any internal organs that need to be removed from my system.
No. Yet?
Not yet. I figure at some point, more than likely, I'm guessing something will need to be removed out of my body, or I'll blow out a knee or something. Unrelated to that, I found this random jersey in my room.
What the hell? Stealthy. I don't know what that is. Choice.
It says choice.
Oh,
I don't know where it came from. It's number 39. I'm assuming it's Mark's.
Probably.
I think it was in my hockey bag.
Is that like Sophie's Choice?
I don't know. It's purple.
Yeah.
The other jersey is gray.
Wait, hold on. It's purple?
It is purple. It looks
shows
blue.
up blue.
Yeah, no, it's definitely purple.
It's the lighting?
Definitely the lighting, and or how the camera is taking into effect the real light. Oh, Chris said he's listening to us live while driving. That
seems dangerous.
Wow. Yeah, don't do anything we wouldn't do. Drive fast, take chances. So yeah, the Black Bears played hockey games.
You went to one of them because apparently it was ice and God knows what else.
I went to one Friday night. There was a bunch of ice. It had been a long week at work, and I just didn't really feel like being in an ice rink. So I didn't go because they're not paying me to be there. So I just didn't go on Friday night. It was icy, and I was tired.
Listen.
And cranky. I needed to eat something. I needed to sleep, and it was icy out, so I blamed the weather.
But the big ziti for the media guy.
Yeah, no big ziti for me this weekend, actually. And the reason was because Saturday night I posted up in my corner. I'm deeming it my corner now because it's past the Zamboni doors, and that stops people from walking over and standing next to me. So I was in the corner, and the Black Bears scored 3 goals in the first period. So I decided I wasn't leaving that corner.
Right. But then they scored like 2 goals immediately after that, didn't they?
Well, the Titans came back.
Yeah.
and score. Well, the third period was pretty penalty filled,
Hmm.
and then the Black Bears won. They held on 4-3, if I remember correctly.
Yes.
But the pictures are coming together. They're getting better from what I can see, or what I can tell, or what people think, at least. So yeah, so I got that going for me. Outside of that, it's just been a bunch of work crap, really. I mean, it's work. Work gets in the way of life.
Mm-hmm.
But this weekend, I'm going to a concert in Baltimore.
What concert's that? Is this the Hootie?
No, this is Brett Young.
Is it indoors?
Indoors
Thank
at
Christ.
Power Plant. The Power Plant live.
Is that the old Hard Rock?
Yes.
Okay.
No,
No?
it's the old
Barnes and Noble?
Baltimore, the bar Baltimore that's in like the back left of Power Plant.
Okay. Yeah. All right, now I know where I'm at.
Yeah.
It's next to Port Discovery.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Nailed it.
Up there. So going to that. Hootie is in August, but I did get my parking passes for Hootie today. So I'm good to go. I can park there for free. I can go and listen to music. That's going to be a great time. I still have an extra ticket, actually. So if anybody wants to go, hit me up. Yeah. Pretty much it. That was a pretty uneventful, except for the picture taking fun. Oh, I did get Amazon Buy of the Week. This past weekend, one of my camera batteries decided it was done with life. And wasn't going to hold a charge anymore. So I
have to get new phones all the time.
Yeah, so I decided that I needed some new batteries because all of my batteries are like 4 years old now, and I'm guessing they're all going to start dying at some point. So I went on eBay. I went on Amazon, and I found a USB charger that charges 2 batteries that fit my camera with 2 batteries that was refurbished. It was $13. I was like, all right, well, that's less than me just buying one battery outright, and now I have a USB charger. The cool part is that you can actually use a power bank to charge the battery, so I don't even have to be in a place with like electricity now. I just have to have one of those like little like cell phone power chargers that you can plug a USB into. Yeah, it's amazing. It was a great find. Thank you, Amazon. Then they didn't deliver it on time because they sent it to Hanover for some reason, and it got to me the next day. Perfect.
Love it.
But yeah, that's it. No bidets for me though.
Do they do drain?
All I say is bidet, and your mind goes right to the drain.
Do they do the drone delivery?
I don't think so. I still have people that drive up on their cars.
So
I don't think I have drones here.
I know that's never going to happen here, and
Why? Because people will shoot them down.
There's that.
Actually,
and
they might
the
not do it in
such a
Glenburnie
small
for that
fucking
reason
place.
either. Yeah, they might not do it in Glenburnie for that exact reason.
Yeah, it's interesting. So yeah.
So how's your week outside of going back to the hospital?
So I went to the hospital, and then another surgery is going to take place with the car because the entire power steering pump went up. Apparently, the hosing for the power steering only is graded to -10 Fahrenheit. Here in North Dakota, it gets much colder than that on the regular. And when you get to the -60 area, obviously things fail.
So does that mean like you shouldn't have that car in that area, or if you buy that car in that area, they've got like cooler hoses?
I don't know. I'm wondering that because
like how does that sell that?
I saw the $1,300 price tag, and I kind of went to a catatonic state. So I hope they have better graded hoses. If not, I don't know why more people's power steering isn't going up.
Yeah, I mean, you should
So-
definitely ask. I mean, for that price, is there like some sort of guarantee that this isn't going to happen again?
Mm-hmm.
Or is it like,
Yeah.
well, that sucks.
I don't know. See,
At least you didn't pay for the car, right?
Right, exactly. So it's going to cost as much to fix the car as it was to deliver it here. So there's that.
Well, that's good. Now you've just doubled the price.
Essentially,
of
I've doubled the value of this car that reached just over 26,000 now. So, but yeah. And then it's getting ready. I'll be in Calgary in 2 weeks. Actually, a
Nice.
week.
That's awesome.
A week? 2 weeks. I haven't switched to February yet on this calendar. 2 weeks.
Well, that's cool.
'Cause It's what is it? It's what the hell is this? Wolangi Day. It's Wolangi Day, and then there's nothing in them there the 17th.
Wolangi Day. What the hell is that?
I have no fucking clue. Hold on, let me see. It's some kind of New Zealand thing. I'm thinking it's something with Aboriginals.
Oh, makes sense. Wasn't Australia Day recent? That's in January, I think.
Yeah. What Waitangi Day is the Treaty of Waitangi. All right.
Is it?
That did nothing for me. I
Is
don't
it
understand
for the
this.
children.
It's not Wu Tang.
Oh,
It's
I thought maybe you were just adding like a emphasis somewhere else.
it's the treaty between the British Crown and the 45 Maori chiefs.
Okay.
So I guess it's a peace accord between the natives and the Brits.
Different than a Honda Accord.
Yeah, no, a little bit, not by much. So there's that.
Well, that's cool. So you
yeah,
get
I'm
past
happy.
Waitangi Day, and then you fly to Calgary.
Yes. It's Waitangi Day today, though, is what I'm saying. So
Oh,
happy Waitangi Day to you
today.
and yours.
Okay. Like Djibouti's independence.
Exactly. So, yeah, there's that. But other than that, it hasn't been anything fun and exciting. It's snowy and shitty and crappy here. Super Bowl was a flop.
Super Bowl sucked.
Yeah, it was not great. So, yeah, that's it. We should probably get to some other things.
All right.
Maybe.
We didn't have very good weeks this week.
Yeah, I'm kind of going through even a shittier one, so not
Great.
fun. Not it's as we speak, as the show's going on. As you can tell, my energy going down a little bit.
All right. I'll
It
play.
is what it is.
I'll hit
Like
your
it.
music.
Hit my music like Rick Rude.
Oh yeah. Who's down and out with some blues? Maybe some black and bruised. It's the Face Off Hockey Show injury reports.
So Alex Edler. I keep
Oh.
forgetting that music cuts off early. That was a scary moment. Alex Edler, obviously with concussion and broken face, he is out indefinitely. The Vancouver Canucks are saying at least a week.
Yeah, I'd hope it's a week.
I'd hope so. What happened? He got his stick caught in the blade holder of a Philadelphia Flyer, I think it was, and didn't realize both hands were on the stick. And then the Flyer kind of tripped up and skated faster. Edler couldn't catch his balance and right on the friggin' ice.
Well, and it looked really bad. I mean, it's super flukish, right?
Oh
It-
yeah,
It looks really, really bad. And it almost looks like he just gets his stick like caught in the runners,
mm-hmm.
and the person just pulls his stick out from under him and it yanks his whole body onto the ice.
Yeah, like he's not expecting this guy to start kicking faster or taking longer strides, and then oops, upside the head.
Yeah. Yeah, that was bad. He's like bleeding all over. You know it's bad when both teams are calling for trainers.
Right. And then like the players are fucking making stopping people from taking photos on the glass. It's kind of insane.
Kevin Potter is listening to us live tonight.
Hey, Kevin Potter, my old buddy. His dad's in this picture up there behind me. Right
Oh,
up there.
nice.
Yeah. unless it's its dad listening. And then, hey, Mr. Potter, how you doing?
It just says
Mhm.
Kevin Potter. I think they've stopped telling us how many listeners or viewers we have because we.
Really?
I don't know how many viewers. I'm gonna guess thousands.
Yeah, exactly. The millions upon millions of people. So anyway. Mikko Koivu came out today. He's got a torn ACL and a meniscus. He is done for the season. That's a big blow. It's a big blow. Although, you know, I don't know how much he's been doing this season. I really don't pay attention to the Wild, even though they're the local team. So if I probably pulled up his stats here. I mean, the Wild are by and large kind of a consistent team of, hey, we're gonna be there anyway. And it's a Bruce Boudreau team, so you know they're gonna get in. So as it stands right now, the Minnesota team, 4th place in the Central Division with 57 points. That puts them first wild card spot and 3 points behind 3rd place Dallas for a playoff spot.
That West is insane though for playoff spots right now.
Kind of is. 48 games for Koivu, 8 goals, 29 points as a whole. So if you do the math there, that's 21 assists on the season. Not his best year, but Mikko Koivu is one of those guys who's more kind of he's a Minnesota Wild player, so it's grind.
True.
So there's that. Dylan Larkin strained oblique. He's week to week. It's a rhyme, and you don't even know it. Evgeny Malkin has some stuff going on. Upper body injury is what they're calling. He's day to day, but aren't we all?
Yep. Half of my fantasy team is hurt right now.
Yeah.
This next one's weird.
Yeah, the next one's very, very, very odd. Nolan Juleson, vision related problem. He is out indefinitely. Now he's been wearing I think he's the one who got shot in the eye.
Whoa. Jeez, that stepped up a notch.
Right? That kind of jumped up a bit. I want to say he got took a shot to the eye, and then that caused his vision problem because he's been wearing a full cage. So yeah, I don't know. That's a very weird situation, but they're going ahead and erring on the side of caution. I'm trying to. Was he the one who got his face broken in by a punch?
Is it a
trying
punch?
to figure this out.
Wow. I would think taking a puck to around the eye orbital area would definitely destroy like orbital bone and probably screw up vision.
What happened? So apparently, and this is from Wodo Ryer a week ago, Juleson's facial injury could be career threatening. Could prevent him from ever seeing again. How? Like, can you tell me how he did it? That'd be fucking great. Fucking Christ. Anyway, I can't figure it. Like trying facial.
The hell with it.
So this is in November. So he was out with a facial fracture in November. What? How? Come on, Sportsnet. Don't. If I was good at this, I would do more research. But it was in November.
We probably talked
puck
about
to the
it.
face by it was puck to the face from against the Caps. Now I remember.
Interesting. I
Took a puck to the face.
Guess I wasn't watching that game.
Oh, 2 pucks to the face. So that's probably not great.
Why were there 2 pucks on the ice?
Yeah, right. It's multi-puck. They got the high score in the segment, and they can get the multi-puck. Yeah. So there's that.
I feel like if you take 1 puck to the face, that's a really bad night, right? Like you probably are like, all right, that hurt a lot. A second puck to the face is just when you're like, all right, I'm done.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
But
I'm just leaving.
It's basically like train wreck.
Yeah.
By the way, I didn't remember until after the show last week if I turned the cameras off or not. I have no idea if I did it. I did this week. I just checked.
Mm-hmm. So that's good. All right, Patreon pick. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages, we have a Patreon. We have a Patreon that people pay to because it helps us get better equipment, go on draft trips, Bidets, obviously.
Fix
All
hoses.
bidets. Maybe fix hoses. I don't think we're at that level yet.
Oh, okay.
Even if I took all the money, it would not be at that level. Maybe Ahos. Sebastian Ahos.
You fix Aho?
Yeah, exactly. Patreon.com/FaceOffHockeyShow. Be like Chris, Matthew, Damon, Mark, Trista, Jeff, Kevin, Ethan, Mitch, Brian, Angela, and Sean. They all donated. You can too. Patreon.com/FaceOffHockeyShow. If it would load up and I can get the results of our poll. 3-2, big winner. Carter Hart. Let's talk about the Flyers. Let's talk about these Flyers. Dead to rights Philadelphia Flyers. They have won 7 straight games, 9 of their last 10. Ain't no stomping them. 8 straight games. I'm sorry. Yeah, did I say 8? Anyway, 8 straight games, 9 of the last 10. Jumping back through everything. Yeah, Carter Hart has been tremendous. Now, the thing is with this, Johnny.
Yeah.
Is this the fix, or is this a situation where we saw with Johan Hedberg? There's not enough tape on this kid. No one knows what they're doing. He's just getting he's in the right spots at the right time because no one knows how to react.
Well, he's young. You can tell he's young. But positionally, he's played decently from what I've seen. And then all of a sudden, we'll go out and try to play a puck in the circles and dump it to somebody who's wide open that scores in a goal that he's not in front of anymore. But when he's making saves and when he's staying in the net, he seems to be like positionally sound. He doesn't seem to be like all over the place. I do kind of fear that he's seeing a lot of shots as a like 20-ish year old. I also fear that this is like prime Flyers where I mean only the Flyers could reel off a 8-game winning streak and still finish like 14th like 10th in the East, because they're going to have to get their shit together big time in order to make the playoffs. So now they're only just screwing themselves. But yeah, I mean, I guess it's been fun to watch. I'm happy that he is kind of solidified, I guess, the goaltending, for lack of a better way, or a better way to say that. I took the under. So right now I'm still winning.
Yes, I think you might win, barring something crazy.
And I kind of hate to say this, but it kind of, I feel like there are going to be people who think that this justifies firing Ron Hextall. That Carter Hart's playing so well right now.
Yeah. That, you know what? That's probably right. And I can't. I understand where they would come from, but you also have to look. If this doesn't pan out, they're going to call for him anyway. You know, like they're going to call for his head regardless.
I just hope the kid keeps playing well enough so that he can be traded to another team. Because
yes,
I don't know.
The Flyers being good is everybody. It helps everybody because everybody can hate him again. Because it's not good to kick them when they're down. Because it's just like, this is pathetic, and this is a city that prides themselves. But when you can do a fighting match with a Philly guy, then you know you've made it, and then you know things are okay.
That's true. That's true. I just, like I said, I hope that he kind of keeps this up. Because there's a lot of people pinning a lot of hopes on this kid right now.
Yeah. 5 games over 500, 10-5-1, 248 goals against, 925 save percentage, pretty good save percentage overall. The thing that I don't want this to happen is the people think Paul Holmgren's some kind of genius, and it's glad they kept him, because that's not always the case as well. It's the exact opposite of what Ron Hextall is going through.
That's true.
Because let's be honest, this kid can hit March and mid-March and just start to fail. and puts him out of a playoff spot, and then you're going to run this kid out on the rails too.
Well,
Because Philly's
okay.
a fickle town. Let's be honest.
They are extremely fickle town, but don't they also have to go like 600 or something like that in the last like 30 games? Effectively, they have to win like 20 of their next 30 games, from what NHL.com or NHL Network was telling me last night, just to like be in the sniff of the playoffs.
Mm-hmm. So, it's hard to find out this Flyers team, to figure them out.
Well, what
I'm
happens now? Are they gonna trade people away?
And that's just it, right? Because Wayne Simmons is the guy that they're like, oh, we got to get rid of him.
Or do they think they actually have a chance at the playoffs now?
They're 8 points back a third.
Can Carter Hart win the Calder?
Oh, I think he can. I absolutely do. It's weird because it's a goalie, right?
Elias Pettersson has done well this year.
He has, and he's been injured and still kept up a pace. The Flyers, as it stands right now, are 7. I can't math. Yep, 7 points out of the second spot, second wild card. 8 points out of the first wild card. And
you have to make up 8 points on teams ahead of you.
Wait, hold on a minute. Wait. Hold on. They didn't do this right. The hell? 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay. So no, I'm sorry. They are currently 9 points out of the first playoff spot, and damn, why did they do it this way? And 7 points out of the second playoff spot. I was right the first time. Point is this: Boston's the first playoff spot.
Yeah, you're good. You're good. So basically, they have to win 5 more games than the teams ahead of them, with 30 games remaining.
Yeah.
That's probably a tough call.
But this is a team who
That's
also
like the
won
Caps in 2008.
They won 16 in a row and lost 11 in a row last year. So this team can do anything.
That's true.
This team can do anything. And let's be honest, the Metro Division isn't as great as it once was.
But it's as good once as it ever was.
That's true.
So Toby Keith told me. I don't even think that was Toby Keith.
I think it was.
Oh, all right.
I
was doubting myself as a person.
Yeah. Anyway. Yeah, it was Toby Keith, as good as I once was.
Nice.
2005 from Honky Tonk University.
Ah.
From Honky Tonk University, playing power forward, Toby Keith.
And then he comes out and he's like, "How do you like me now?"
There it is. There we go. What's a bad one that he did? What's a bad song Toby Keith has done?
Did he do Red Solo Cup?
He did do Red Solo Cup.
Yeah.
What other bad? He had a bad song. Like, wait, who's
Only
that
one?
man? Who's that man is one of them.
Okay.
That's true. What is this one? Does the blue moon ever what? Does the blue moon ever shine on you? I didn't know that one. Oh, a little less talk and a little more action.
Yeah.
We remember that one.
That's a great song.
God, these are bad songs. Is he redneck Kenny Chesney? Is he the redneck version of Kenny Chesney?
I like how you say that Kenny Chesney isn't redneck.
No, I think he's more Jimmy Buffett than Kenny Chesney.
He's like
Kenny
redneck. Chesney's the country Jimmy Buffett. I mean, everyone likes Toby Keith. He's got some good songs. He's got songs that are good to party to. I will put it that way. I'm gonna say that Toby Keith might be more of a redneck Blake Shelton.
Mm-hmm.
I think that he has some good party music that you can get down. I mean, you can play Red Solo Cup for like 2 hours straight on repeat during any drunken fraternity party.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, everybody would love it. It's no big deal.
Yeah. So Carter Hart, a better singer than Toby Keith, I think is what we come down with.
Carter Hart sounds like he would be a fantastic country singer.
Right. We will definitely have to talk to Lyle about this because I think the Flyers are in kind of hold mode right now.
Oh, wow.
If they're in hold,
they're going to go right down to the wire, aren't they? They're going to be like,
this will be the only team you look at.
They have to
February,
make a decision in like 2 weeks on whether they're keeping players or not.
Yeah.
Wow.
It's
Call us
bizarre
back in 2
situation.
weeks.
Yeah, exactly. Call us back in a few weeks, and we'll get to you. All right, this is really fucking. Excuse me for a second, John. I gotta do this because it's annoying the shit out of me.
All right.
It's not on the February thing. There we go. Who is this? It's Glenn Hall. Glenn Hall stopping Frank Mahovlich. How about that? Got a
All
Hockey
right.
Hall of Fame calendar. I'm doing great for myself.
That's nice.
Yeah.
You didn't
So-
flip it to February?
Yeah.
Who was January?
It was some Russians.
Okay. Love those Russians.
Yeah. Yeah. So any other final thoughts on Carter Hart? I think he's been good. Even though he's a Flyers goalie, I think he's been good.
I think he's good.
Yeah. Oh my goodness.
Uh-oh.
Sorry, I'm replying to my boss. My boss wants me to go to drinks. But I'm like,
Right now?
yeah. I'm like, I'm sorry, I'm doing a show. I appreciate it though. What the hell is going on? Oh, everyone's cooking for supper. My God in heaven. I also have a number in there I don't recognize.
Perfect.
Yeah. So there's that. I think it's going to be fun. I think they're the only team to watch, in all honesty. Yeah. Trade
All right.
deadline. We'll talk to Lyle about that a little more. Remind me about that.
Okay, sounds great.
Johnny, I know what you've told me before in life. You're like, listen, Scotzo, S-dubs, how can I get the highlights that I need in my life on a VR situation?
That's true. That's
You
true.
told
'cause
me I got an Oculus Rift. I bought it because I'm crazy, but I like good stuff. I need to figure this out.
The total immersion porn, though. Amazing.
Right? Fantastic. Well, now you have a chance to do that, thanks to Next VR and the NHL.
Oh, thank you, NHL.
It was announced this week that the Next VR and the NHL will be doing it's an exclusive virtual reality experience. You'll have to do. Content captured includes digital highlight packages produced by Next VR in 3D stereoscopic VR format.
VD.
I almost said VD format.
Wow.
That's a really close to the locker room right there. The content now is available free to fans globally on the new NHL channel within the Next VR app.
Next VR. Now you
Yep.
have mumps.
Which HEP? Is it B or C?
I think it's A, the worst kind.
Oh.
Actually, the Canadian kind.
Is that Pam Anderson kind?
Hep A.
Or the Fonzie kind? Hep A.
Hey, you know he had that. Welcome, Mark, by the way.
He's still.
Yeah. According to Danny Keys, who's the VP of content at XVR, there couldn't be a better time to add the NHL to our growing portfolio. The VR industry continues to do momentum to immerse themselves in a hockey VR experience. Partnership will give them the sensations that only fans in the arena have been able to experience so far. So the drunk guys up in the 300s who are fighting because they want Adam Oates to go back to Russia, that's what we can experience? Can I pick where I'm sitting when I experience these highlights? Because
God,
I
I
would love
hope
that.
so.
I would love that.
I need somebody to like show up at my house and throw a beer.
I need a cotton candy guy to obstruct my view during a power play.
This will
That's
be
what I
like-
want.
This will be how all fans in the NHL get to totally immerse themselves into Flyers home games without physically being there.
Yeah. It's insanity.
Yeah, but how do you get gritty in your house?
Have you seen the Colbert skit with Gritty? Gritty just shows up.
Right? Kind of weird.
Doesn't have to be invited. He knows Patrick Stewart.
Yeah. I didn't understand that. I turned it off afterwards, and then I wake up the next morning. I'm like, what the hell just happened?
Yep, acid trip.
Yeah. Kind of bizarre.
How bizarre.
Oh, you want to know the rest? You got to buy the rights, brother. Like Next VR and NHL.
So next VR, they're gonna give it to you for free, so you can try it out. And then when you get used to it, they're gonna be like, "Ha, $40 a month."
Right. So VR post-game highlights from NHL's biggest events, including the excitement of fans, speed, and finesse of NHL teams, big hits, epic matchups, and goals, giving fans the opportunity to see the action as if they were in the arena. No,
So wait,
don't do that.
no, why not?
Sorry, go ahead. No, I'm saying to them.
Oh, do I need like a Oculus, or does like
Oh,
Google
Mark!
Cardboard work?
Mark,
Like, can I just hold my phone?
I will
like,
tell
real
you the
close to my face?
formats in which you can do this.
Oh, well, thank you.
Oculus Go, the predecessor of Pokemon Go. Oculus Rift, PlayStation VR, HTC Vive Pro, HTC Vive Focus, HTC Vive, Windows Mixed Reality, Premax. I hate when I do that.
Premax.
Gear
Is
VR.
Premax is like the beta version of this,
Yes.
right? Like it's like the off-brand VR that's like trying to take over, but isn't really.
Gear VR and Google Daydream. Those are the things you can
there we
do.
go. Google
Oh, you-
Daydream.
Is that the cardboard?
Yeah.
Why do they call it that?
So you're gonna watch it?
Daydream is the actual, like, what Google sells to put your Google phone in. Cardboard is just something you can do if you're poor to do the same thing.
So you're
Or
gonna
just-
watch these, Mark, and report back to us next week on how
I'll give 'em a
great
shot. I mean, I got my cardboard right here.
the VR is.
Yeah,
Let's see.
I got my cardboard right here.
Wow, how about that?
So hold on, do you just like hold that up to your face?
No, it's a here.
You shove your phone in there.
So, yeah, you shove the phone. You shove the phone in here.
Oh, okay.
You shove the phone in.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, and then
Huh.
you got to hold it up to your face. I don't know if my new phone's gonna fit in here because it's a
Don't brag.
it's a pixel, large pixel.
Oh shit, son.
So I don't think
Get
it's
that
gonna work.
resolution.
Don't think it's gonna work. I'm gonna need to get a bigger cardboard.
You need a bigger box.
Right?
Yeah.
Now, here's my question to you. I will pose this to the group. To which end does this VR stop? Like, do you care that there's VR highlights?
No.
Okay,
No.
Johnny, no.
Mm-mm.
So why are we doing this then? Why is
Because
the NHL
there
just
are
throwing money
people-
away?
Because I bet there are people that do care. I bet that there are people that have to have the newest, the coolest, the this, that, and the other thing, so that they can tell other people that they got VR highlights of hockey games.
Mm-hmm.
And those are the people that will actually watch this stuff. I barely watch games until I get to the playoffs. I had the Caps game on last night and just listening to the sound mostly. Are you still trying to figure out if your phone fits in the box?
I'm gonna shove it in there.
Oh, might be too tight.
Careful. Ease it in there.
Man, it looks like it's easy.
Well, of course it is. You're shoving a big phone into a small box. Hey, kid's back.
Hello.
So confused right now on what's going
Yeah.
on. So when does this actually come out? Is there there's an article that you sent us in the rundown, I think.
Mhm.
Is it out now, or
No,
did they just
it's out
announce
now.
it?
Yeah, that was just the press release that because I needed to check it out. Visit nextvr.com for programming announcements. So basically, I think they have the All-Star game up. Let me go to NextVR now. I'm trying to do like 8 different things at one time. It's
Mike's destroying that box over
it
there.
really is. Hell
The
yeah,
phone's
boy.
sliding around a lot. I don't think it's supposed to be sliding around like this.
I thought you said that it was too big. It's like throwing a hot dog down a hallway.
Maybe I need to tighten it up a little bit.
What type of content do you have over there, Scotty?
All right. NextVR. I've got Notre Dame's running at me. Not even on VR. That's a stand-up comedian. He's probably telling a hack joke. Stop staring at me. It's wrestling. And there's boxing.
I bet
This is
boxing's
tremendous.
great.
Oh, I'm sure wrestling is great too. Can I see the channel?
Can you be standing next to Ronda Rousey while she's giving her promos?
Oh, I hope so. And just yelling at her. You're terrible at this. You're not great. Why are you doing this? All right, so next VR, are they going to show me anything? Nope, this is just some guy. All right, so exclusive in Next VR. It has the NHL All-Star game. Nothing of it. It's just the guy snowing a VR headset, which I'm sure is expensive and not waterproof. But you can download it and you can get the content there. Other content they have, other channels, boxing, comedy, Fox Sports, Hope Among Hayes, International Champions Cup, Live Nation, NHRA, NBA, NHL, Paranormal Evidence, SoftBank, Tony Hawk's Loop Challenge Live, Wimbledon, and the WWE.
Nice. And this is all free, or you have to pay for this?
You download it.
NHL just free.
How do I get there? Oh God, I'm flying. There's birds attacking me. What is going on?
I don't know. I don't know. What is there a pricing? Can you give me a pricing? It doesn't look like there's a pricing.
Yeah, all right.
That seems weird to me.
Maybe that means it's free.
Maybe.
That's what I always assume. No price, free.
All right, so the 3 steps: buy a headset, download the app, immerse yourself. Those are it.
Oh.
I'm guessing it's free.
Download the app, Mark.
Is the app available yet?
It's available.
Where do I get it? I know you just said where to get it, but I'm in a boat now. What am I doing?
In a boat. I'm on a boat.
And now I'm fishing? What? No.
What are you watching? Is that Versus?
Dumb tutorial.
Are you watching
Did you
Versus?
go back to OLN?
Yeah, it's true.
Is there fish racing?
So if I go to Daydream,
God.
I can't go to Daydream. All right, what do I need to? Tell me one more time. What do I need to download?
You got to download Next VR, Mark.
Next NEX
NEXT VR. Next VR.
Next VR. Got it.
All right, you download that.
Sports and entertainment. It gets a 4.
You should definitely go right into the WWE.
Oh, I think so too. The hell with the All-Star game.
Yeah, to hell with the All-Star
I
game.
couldn't give 2 shits about that.
Fox Sports VR. VR. Am I going to see some indigenous boobs?
What the what?
Nat Geo.
Indigenous boobs.
I didn't even know Nat Geo was a thing. How about that? I like it.
Let's see. All right, I downloaded. I'm going to open it.
All right.
This is us live
Daydream setup. What?
This is us live beta testing the Next VR
right,
on the
and
show.
just to say,
what else do we have to talk about, Scotty? While Mark's getting himself set up.
Mark's figuring that out. I'm figuring my life out. Anton Vermette retired. Everybody.
Huh. That sucks.
14 seasons, 1 Stanley Cup with the Chicago Blackhawks, which I completely forgot about. And away he goes. Congrats to Antoine Vermette.
I know I need to install Daydream keyboard. What the shit?
Alex Ovechkin, now the all-time leading Russian point scorer with a secondary assist on TJ Oshie's goal on Tuesday night. 1,180 points in only 1,055 games, which I think was like 150 less than Sergei Fedorov took.
Yeah.
So,
which is interesting considering Sergei Fedorov played in that high-flying.
And played with the team that was just killing it. Day, all day, day.
Well, when Ovi has to score 65 goals this season because he's the only one, because Chris Clark is the first line center. I think maybe that's part of the problem.
Yeah.
This isn't gonna work.
Oh, why not?
What?
Because apparently I need an actual Daydream device in order to do this. The Poor People Cardboard isn't gonna do it.
What jerks?
Yeah.
All right. Well, they're out.
Press and hold the Daydream button. No.
Oh.
What is the date? Why? I don't understand VR. Like I don't need to be there. I'm not there. I'm not there. There's a reason I'm not there.
Okay. I just
Oh, here we go. Wait a minute. Wait a minute.
I changed device settings to away from the actual Daydream.
I can't wait until you can be on stage next to Maroon 5.
While they perform a bit that no one cares about, as Adam Levine looks like any singer from a hardcore band. Going to talk about his veganism next.
Don't have it.
At least he
Gotta
knows
say-
where he was born. He has it tattooed across his stomach.
Right? It's gonna. Was he really born in California? Are we sure of that?
Yeah. I mean, that's what James Corden told me.
Oh, really?
You want me to go to wrestling, or you want me to start the? I'm going to try and do the NHL.
Yeah, do the NHL. Do what you got. You know what? Do what you want to do in living color.
I'm going to do what YouTube VR now? Get out of here.
What is YouTube VR doing? Why is it? How is that not Google VR? I am confused by this whole bit. Like, why have we done 20 minutes on VR?
NHL and Next VR. I got to install YouTube VR now. This whole Next VR thing is.
Hey, Johnny, can you send me? You put the link up on Twitter, right?
Yes.
Okay.
Are people not able to get in?
No, my buddy wants to hear it, and he doesn't have a Twitter.
Oh, all right.
He's kind of. But here's my thing. Here's
that like. Okay, I'm not going to say that.
Go ahead. No,
It's
go
easy.
ahead.
Like not having a Twitter at this point is kind of sociopath, right? Like
no, I don't think so.
it's like not having Facebook.
But it's like having a Twitter and then not using it. I think that's more of a.
I'm
pox to
okay.
God.
I'm actually okay with that.
Are you?
I'm okay with having a Twitter.
So
but
you
not,
just want to have,
but
the
not
thing.
using it. No,
Fair.
because there are some people that hold not having a Facebook account as like this badge of honor that makes them cooler than other people.
Mm-hmm.
Right, and that's kind of where I draw the line. Like, just because you think you're cool because you're not using technology. Nice work with your iPhone 4.
Nice.
You know, like it's just people that think they're better than everybody else, and it's sociopath.
Mark,
Those are the people. Those
you
are the
know-
people that would go on a killing spree. That's
Yeah,
all I'm
do you
trying
know
to say.
how to? Do you know how to, as my dad calls it, rig that situation
Wow.
to make it work? Oh, come on! Like you didn't expect that from him.
Yeah, it's true. You're right.
He showed my niece's blood sport, and they're not even 8. Did I tell that story on the air?
Is that
No.
the one with Steven Seagal?
Yeah,
No, that's Van Damme.
that is Van
Oh,
Damme.
no. Is it?
Did I
Yeah.
did I tell the story on air?
No.
I don't think so.
All right, so I was talking to Dad after his surgery, and so he fucking tells me that, oh yeah, by the way, you know, your niece, she's doing great, she's getting her green belt in karate, and then one day I showed her blood sport because I was watching it, and she came in the room and said, hey, if you get good enough in karate, you can go over and do this. So like I'm like, that's probably not A, legal. B, it's like some kind, show her Fight Club at least, get her into psychology, and
Yeah, we
probably
turned
gonna
this
scar her
into-
for life.
We turned this into Kitty Fight Club quickly, to, like with karate
I'm
lessons.
like,
And she's
listen,
a green belt.
yes, and I'm like, listen, I was like 5 and I saw the Crypt Keeper, and that scarred me for life. I can't do this to my young
Taylor
niece.
got his head chopped off with the ceiling fan.
Yeah, I saw I just saw the Crypt Keeper, and that freaked me out. I'm like, oh my god, this person's really old. I was a dumb 35-year-old, but I'm a dumb 5-year-old too. let's not get it twisted. I'm a very dumb person, but I know well enough to stay away from several things: Tales from the Crypt, the brown acid, the black licorice, and peas, because peas are filled with sand and they're bullshit. Also waffles are garbage.
Let's
I-
get
I'm-
out of here.
How are
what?
waffles garbage?
Waffles are the cake of breakfast.
That's
Worthless.
a hot take if I've
They're
ever heard one.
worthless. Waffles are like cake. There's too much air in there. I don't need that. I need full frontal cake there. I need
Yeah.
a pancake that's full of stuff.
Yeah, but what about all the syrup traps? On
I
the
I
wall?
don't
Yeah.
like syrup. Fuck
They
syrup
have
too.
syrup traps on them,
Fuck
like
syrup.
built-in syrup traps.
I want to spread my butter on. I don't want it to pull over. I don't
Whoa.
want it to be,
Hey,
Whoa,
wait,
whoa.
listen.
I don't want it to be like one of those games at the dentist where you just have to move the metal bell bearing into the hole. I don't need that shit in my life to
What
distribute
type of
something.
weird ass games did you play at the dentist?
No, they give you that gift bag. They give you a toothbrush and toothpaste and floss. They give you that little like 1950s game no one gives a crap about, where you have to guide it through the ball bearing through the maze to get into this little
Do you
fucking
mean
hole.
the little tiny labyrinth games?
Yes, it's bullshit. I don't need that in my life. I don't
Are
need
you-
that in my breakfast.
Are you sure you
Kidding
didn't
me?
go
I
to
don't need it. Why do I need that in my breakfast? I have a hard enough time in my life. I want my breakfast to be solid, and if I put something in the middle, I don't want to have to evenly distribute it. I want it to fold out. I want it to fold out like a goddamn American should. Just let it fold out like the flag, for Christ's sake.
Are you sure that you didn't go to Chuck E. Cheese for your dentist? 'Cause it sounds
I'm
like
pretty
you
sure I
might have
did.
gotten
You know
that,
why?
yeah.
Because I never got tickets. I never got tickets from my dentist. I got a lot
True.
of cavities filled, but no tickets. Maybe got
true.
a ticket going from the dentist because I wanted to get the hell out of there, and I was doped up on everything. But I didn't get a
Wow.
fucking.
I never realized that you had such a hatred of waffles.
Oh, waffles are such bull. I
almost ordered waffles the last time we were at Denny's when we were on the track
I
trip.
would have. You know what? That's your deal. Don't order waffles from me.
I'm not
Don't order
ordering them
waffles
for you. I was
24.
going to order them for myself, but now
That's
I feel
fine.
like bad.
Don't
now I
feel
feel like
bad.
they're going to end up in my lap.
Listen, that's your decision. Is your decision. I'm not you. You're your own person. You do what you got to do in your life. Me, waffles, go fuck yourself. The Belgians, there's some of you I like, but for the vast majority of it, go to hell. I don't need this shit in my life.
What happens when you go to hotels and all they have are waffle makers?
Fucking, I'm going to somewhere. I'm going to McDonald's. They serve breakfast all day. Plus, I'm not getting up at a hotel when they serve breakfast. Are you kidding
That's
me?
true. That's true. I've never seen you at breakfast in a hotel on any track trip.
Getting up at 10:30
That's
because
true.
I'm drunk from the night before.
That's true. Or getting on a plane still drunk.
Right,
when
exactly.
all the lights in the
and the
hotel
lights go out, and then you have to get a lift, and you're still drunk checking in, and you're wondering if TSA is going to pull you over and not let you on this flight.
Well, I was definitely drunk when I got to the airport, but I didn't realize I was drunk until I was through security.
I didn't
Which I
realize I
guess-
was drunk until I was standing in line. I'm like, I'm Daddy's hammered. Daddy's hammered with this
That
shit.
was a good trip.
That was a fun. Dallas was good. Vancouver's going to be but Dallas is fun.
Vancouver is a city I like. It's the getting to Vancouver that's going to suck balls.
How are you going to do it? Are you just going to fly
Plane,
to
more than
Seattle?
likely.
Okay. You're not going to take the Great American Road Trip cross country?
I was
from
thinking about
Baltimore?
train, but I thought it might take a while.
I thought about well, of course, but here's the thing.
Greyhound.
You're gonna have to meet Virginia. Train joke. It's a
That's
train
true.
joke. ladies and
That's
gentlemen.
true. That's
Wow.
true. Yeah, I mean it would take a while. It'd be like getting drops from Jupiter.
Ah, there it is. What was the other bullshit song they did? We talked about train. We talked about Hey Soul Sister. That's another one. Talked about Train and Toby Keith and their songs. And if Toby Keith was more hick than Kenny Chesney,
Yeah.
I'm saying yes.
The-
I'm saying Toby Keith is the hick Kenny Chesney.
Well,
Okay.
That's
okay.
another hot take. That's a scorching hot take. Face Off Hockey Show. We give you all your hockey needs.
They also
you-
they also did that rip off of Paul Simon's song, the 50 Ways to Say
Sound of
Goodbye.
Silence. Oh. By the way, can Disturbed just stop being a cover band? Like, can they not think of their own original stuff?
are they still disturbed?
Wait, hold on. Disturbed is still a thing?
Right, dude.
Aren't they?
No.
Aren't they the ones who sang the song about how much they hate everything about you? Isn't that
No,
Disturbed?
that was not them. That was God, who was
Stained.
that? Was no, that wasn't Stained. That was 3 Days Grace. 3 Days Grace.
That was
Yeah.
Disturbed was
Yeah.
down with the sickness. Ooh,
Black Hole Sun.
No, that's Soundgarden.
Oh,
Oh, they did do
song.
the Sound of Silence. No, full circle. All right.
Yeah.
Got it. I'm in.
Yeah, that was.
Yeah.
They also did another. They also did Land of Confusion too.
Who did the hard rock version of Phil
Ice
Collins?
Ice Baby. In the Air Tonight.
Yeah.
I don't know if
there
anyone
was
did.
also In the Air Tonight. Yeah, it's Disturbed.
Why are they doing
Sure.
all these Phil Collins covers?
Oh no, never mind. Never mind. It wasn't Disturbed.
No, they did Land.
It's a band.
Disturbed did Land of Confusion.
It's a band called Non-Point. Non-Point. That's not even close.
My buddy Kyle brings up a good point. Don't knock Disturbed when we have Weezer turning into Toto. That's fair. Weezer did a cover album too that no one wanted. Like they're just like, hey, we did a cover album. We're like, well, just stick with Africa. You made it sound the same. You're not going to make anything sound different. Why do it that way?
I'd be more impressed if a band like Weezer came out with like a country CD. Then
Wasn't
like,
that
hey,
Pinkerton?
Who?
Wasn't that Pinkerton? The album that they did was kind of they're a very weird band.
but I'd be more impressed if you switched genres after 20 years than
Like
if you
Hootie.
were like, you know what? We're going to play other people's songs now.
Is that like Hootie and Aaron Lewis Sustained both going to country?
Well, okay, so I don't think that Darius Rucker had other options.
Well,
I'm
it
gonna
also,
say that.
it also wasn't that big of a leap. think
it wasn't that far for Hootie and the Blowfish. It like Darius Rucker going from Hootie and the Blowfish to singing country was
I
like
want his rap name to be Darian the Rucker.
Darian the Rucker.
Or his
it was
streetball
basically like all right, so if I take Hootie and the Blowfish songs and I add a fiddle, I'm country. All right, I'm in.
There it is. But speaking of fiddle, Pierre Maguire making Kendall Coyne Schofield second fiddle. And did you watch that Wednesday night? I caught that when I was in the ER. When I saw him just being Pierre Maguire and say, "Hey, now we're not paying you to be a fan." Might as well just told her, "Don't throw your panties at the players." Like that would have been a better, fucking like easier thing. It wouldn't have been so vile or anything like that, baby.
The worst part was that it sounded okay in his head.
Yeah, because he doesn't know what he's in his head. It's just like a goddamn. It's a bear driving a tiny motorcycle in a fez. It's the ballet. It's the freaking.
I respect any bear wearing a fez.
And then next thing you know, Pierre Maguire says that, and then Kendall Coyne Schofield's like. With that, we give Lyle Richardson his turn with the thing there. As I give Johnny an ad. By the way, Johnny, I put the ad breaks in the Chesapeake Hockey Week show, which I think I might have to be renaming Clutch and Crab Podcast.
Okay,
because the kids seem to love it. Thank you. That's Anthony. That's our boy Anthony from England on that one. It's funny. I put the ads on there, and there was a minute-long ad. I'm like, I don't want this. What happened? But I got us some ads, so there's that.
Well, that's good. All the monies.
Hey, Lyle, what is happening with you? We tried to download Tinder on a friend's phone. It didn't really work out that well.
Did you try Grindr, Scotty?
Oh, I did. It was delicious.
Not that there's anything wrong with that.
I was talking about the food. What are you talking about? I was trying to get a sub.
Hey,
I was trying to get a sandwich, not be a sandwich. You know what
I'm saying Scotty needs to broaden his horizons. That's all I'm saying.
Lyle, did you hear that? Did you hear that you can get virtual reality on your Oculus Rift?
You might want
Oculus Rift.
He has to get it checked out first.
Lyle has an Oculus Rift. You can watch the.
That's right.
The All-Star.
Lyle, the Next VR. Download the Next VR app, and you can get NHL highlights on your phone and WWE highlights on your Oculus Rift.
There we go.
Yeah,
there we go. Could I actually be in the match
like
itself?
You're there.
It's like I'm like.
I mean, it's like you're there. You can have your wife spray you with water if you'd like as well. Make it feel like you're on the ice.
Can I come out and spit water like Triple H?
I was going to say that was the full experience. You're getting the full Triple H experience.
The full Trips experience. Yeah, or the Undertaker. I'll like, and when the bell starts ringing for his entrance, I will actually feel the hair on my arms begin to rise and feel the chill to my bones.
And with the Triple H experience,
badass though.
Keep rolling, and like, oh no,
oh god, no.
As long as she doesn't light you on fire when Kane comes out, I think we're good.
Exactly. So Lyle, we were talking about this earlier. Flyers, buyers or sellers? What are we doing here?
Flyers are buyers and sellers.
8 in a row, 9 out of 10. Here's Wayne Simmons going anywhere. Is there going to be movement on those chicken fingers?
Simmons is gone. Simmons will be traded. Pierre LeBrun yesterday actually was pointing out that while the Flyers have surged up the standings and are now played themselves into the playoff contention picture, that's not going to change what they're going to do with Wayne Simmons. They are going to trade him by the deadline. Yeah, not for just anything. They want to get a good return for him, but yeah, they're not going to be re-signing him. So,
well, but before we talk specifics on trades that have happened this week, and especially 2 that happened today, what is a going rate for anybody right now? What is there any kind with all these trades? Is there a going rate we can look at now, or is it all over the board?
Well, the currency supposedly with the greater minds than mine are saying that it's first round picks. You know, the asking price for Michael Furlan, first round pick. For Wayne Simmons, they'd like to get a first round pick. Jimmy Howard with Detroit, first round pick. That seems to be the running theme right now, and not everybody. Obviously, Jimmy Howard, a first round pick. No, I wouldn't give that up. But hey, if we had sat here a year ago and if I had predicted that Ken Holland was going to trade Thomas Tatar to Vegas for a first, a second, and a third, you guys would have laughed me off the show. You would have banned me from the show, Scotty.
No,
I said, away with you with your damn lies.
Give this motherfucker the Kevin Greenstein treatment. I'm tired of this.
No.
Lyle,
We picked Lyle over Kevin Greenstein.
Lyle, I wouldn't have necessarily laughed at you unless you added that they were going to bench him after they traded him.
Yeah, and then they're going to bench him for half the playoffs. And then he's going to go to Montreal and he's going to shine.
There you go.
But yeah, that's that apparently is the running currency right now. Now that could change, obviously, when we get close to the deadline. But I mean, you got to look at some of the names that are out there too. I mean, if let's face it, if the Blue Jackets decide to move Artemi Panarin, got to be a first round pick in there as part of the package. If the Senators move Matt Duchene, which I think they will. Don't get me wrong. If you're a Senators fan, I'm hoping that they can re-sign him and Mark Stone. But of the two, Mark Stone sounds the more receptive to staying in Ottawa, whereas Matt Duchene's doing a great job doing, I guess, what you call a non-denial denial, or just a variation of that theme. Mm-hmm. But I would say, when he hits the trade block next week, first round pick's going to be part of that asking price, and so it goes, and so it goes.
All right, let's get to the brunt of the situation. Lyle, let's cut through the fucking brass tacks. Lyle, I am hiking the sleeves of my $5,000 Route 1 apparel hoodie. I'm tugging at the collar. I'm fixing the collar of my $4,000 Fargo Force shirt. I don't know the value of things, Lyle.
Of course you do. It's in Monopoly money.
The biggest news of the week. The biggest news that happened ever, Lyle. Cody McLeod for a 7th rounder in 2020. How can you do that? No, I'm kidding. Talk about that in a second. Austin Matthews, new deal. 5 years at $11.6 million average annual valuation. This puts the Toronto Maple Leafs, if you're scoring at home, or even if you're alone, which, hey, sometimes you got to do what you got to do, spank you very much. For next season, VR porn. Next season, 14 players on the roster, 28 standard contracts played, $71.9 million, baby.
Now deduct the $5.3 million for putting Nathan Horton on LTIR at the start of the season.
Okay, sure, I'll do that.
Do that. Be kind. Rewind. Be kind.
Carry
rewind.
the one.
Do that.
Carry the one.
Mm-hmm. Yep, and that leaves you with what? 66 friggin' million bucks
for another 9 players.
Yeah.
And
now write off 11 million because that's what Mitch Marner's going to get. That's right. You heard it here first.
I've heard lowball.
Yeah.
I've heard that Todd Froworth is on the mound throwing six. He's just
throwing nutballs. Yeah. He's aiming at ankles.
Lyle.
Scotty.
Lyle.
Got it.
I want to bring up these words. You're going to tell me it's never going to happen, Lyle. I'm going to bring up these words.
Potato.
Potato.
Patanzo? I don't know. OFFER space SHEET. Offer sheet. What I'm saying, Lyle, is there's offer sheet, I think, in the future. True, false, get the fuck out of town.
If it gets to July 1st and he's unsigned, yeah, I could see an offer sheet. I don't think that's a crazy thing to say.
Put it on the board. We've been 0 days since Lyle has said offer sheets can't happen.
This is when the Simpsons gif comes out.
But.
There's always a but.
Sorry, makes a lot. There's a big butt coming.
Here come the big butt. I like big butts, and I cannot lie. You other brothers can't deny. Couple things though. comes a couple caveats. First of all, if you sign Mitch Marner to a deal worth more than $10.4 million per season, congratulations, you owe the Leafs 4 first-round picks in compensation.
Oh, there we go. Here's
That's
the
probably-
meat and potatoes.
George McPhee would do it.
Ouch. Even if you don't, even if you sign him for 9 and change, you owe a first, 2 seconds, and a third.
Still seems worth it to me.
Ah.
Okay, so let's be honest. Scott Stevens went for 6 first-round picks. So
That's true. And even if you get those picks, it doesn't mean they're going to turn out to be anything.
Mind you, you could have like, okay, offer 10 of our first-round picks for the next. I don't care. Give them 10. But the compensation's only for. Give him 10. But anyway, but much more than that, I honestly don't see him getting to July 1st unsigned. The Leafs are going to resign him. And the Leafs are going to be paying, I would say, very close in the neighborhood, right up to, right now, if I got $11 million. Maybe a little less, but he is not taking a hometown discount.
Or
All right. Austin Matthews gets 11 point what? So much and change. 11.4, 5,
you know
6.
the best part
6,
of that deal? The best part of that deal is that $54.5 million out of the $58 million is signing bonuses.
I know. As I said, in the next CBA, that's the little loophole that gets closed.
I love it though. I think that they should be allowed to do that.
There's nothing.
If
on
you're
the
gonna,
CBA
if
that
you
says
want to
you
give
can't do
somebody $11 million right off the hop on July 1st, no matter what they do for you that season, then that's on you.
Oh yeah, I agree. But there are going to be people on the league side who are not going to like that one little bit. They are not going to like that.
We're saving owners from themselves.
Of course, that's what this is all about, Johnny. You've played this game, as has Scotty, as have Mark, as have I. We've been through enough lockouts to know how this game is played, and we know that it's to save the idiotic owners and their dumbass general managers from themselves. But
so timeout. If they go to another lockout,
okay, Zach Morris,
three lockouts. I mean, does that mean that Gary Bettman has to remove himself from the Hall of Fame? 'Cause that seems pretty bad.
I don't know.
Gary Bettman wants to avoid. I'm telling you, he wants to avoid another work stoppage as much as possible. And honestly, and this isn't me crossing fingers like I did the last 2 times and hoping and praying that it wouldn't happen. It's a different vibe this time, guys. It really is. There is a different feeling on both sides. They're not as combative. There's a decidedly lack of tension between the two sides compared to what we saw before. Bettman does not want another work stoppage. He does. I mean, because things are going great now. For the league, on their side, everything is going terrific. The players, there's some things there they hate. I mean, as our buddy Greg Wyshynski beautifully put it a few weeks ago, the players hate escrow with all the heat of 1,000 burning suns. Yes, they hate it, but
you might as well be walking on the sun at that point.
Yes, you might as well. But that they know that escrow isn't going away. The same as they know the salary cap isn't going anywhere. They know that. So that's not a fight that's going to happen. They're not going to say we don't want any more escrow. They know that's there. What they want is escrow payments that are going to be more reasonable. So they're just going to have to sit down and come up with a different formula, a different way to make this work without upsetting that nice delicate 50-50 balance split of hockey-related revenue. But there is a way to do. There are ways to do it. There are ways to do it, to work around it. But as I said, that's why I expect they'll find some way to put in a formula somehow. Or if they don't find a formula, then maybe the league, I don't know, maybe contributes to the players' pension fund. That was mentioned as a possibility. Maybe you don't have LTIR count against the salary cap anymore. Now, if you do that, that tilts it though in the favor of the players. So the players would then have to give something else back to even it up.
But we finally have a good reason for analytics.
Yes, there's where your analytics.
You have a
come in.
lot of people that understand math. Figure the shit out.
Oh, and they will. They will. There's
Somebody
a way of doing
will.
this.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's a way of doing this. Olympic participation. Yeah, the players want it. The owners really don't. I don't see Olympic participation as the hill the players are going to die on. Honestly, no.
It's it's all about that scroll, baby.
Yeah, and everything else after that, and again, as long as the league doesn't get stupid and say, well, now we want the split to be 52-48 in favor of us. As long as they don't do anything to throw that off, everything will work out. They'll get escrow worked out. They'll find a formula to make it work to escrow. Everything else after that will be, guys, sorry, no Olympics, but look, we'll put World Cup of Hockey in there. We will play more international more games like in Sweden and in Finland and the Czech Republic and Russia. They will find ways to make the players happy to offset the loss of being able to play in the Olympics, because as I said, the players want to play in the Olympics, but that's, again, it's about this. And if there's no money in it, don't do anything that's going to upset the cash. So no, I don't see the Olympics being a problem area. But let's double backflip our way back to Marner very quickly, because
I wanted to ask something real quick because I got it on my mind.
Yeah,
is 3 lockouts called a turkey as well, or is that just 3 strikes?
I think it's strikes.
Bowling joke.
There we go.
Zinger!
There we go. But anyway, getting back to Mitch Marner.
Sorry, I waited.
No,
that's
fine.
I like that one.
That's absolutely fine. Listen, the Leafs paid big money for Austin Matthews. That was to be expected. Everybody knew he was going to get Bitcoin. He didn't get Connor McDavid money, but he got, let's face it, he got in the neighborhood. He's just a couple of houses down the street from.
Well, wasn't it at the end of the day though? A 5-year deal is basically like, I know I'm going to make more money in 5 years.
Oh hell yeah!
Yeah.
Oh hell yeah!
That's a smart move on his part.
Yes,
that extra 3 years is great.
And he will be a UFA at age 26, still in his prime. He is going to make major coin. So this isn't hurting him at all. And it's not hurting his agent at all.
Can we put an asterisk here that maybe if he stays healthy, because he has had some back problems young.
Not back problem, shoulder.
Shoulder? Okay.
Shoulder.
It's Switzerland. He had a back problem.
No. He will be fine.
I don't want this to be an Eric Daze situation.
No. But Matthews got a lot of money. William Nylander got a lot of money. Okay. There is no way in hell that Mitch Marner, who is their leading scorer, who has been among the top 10 to top 15 scorers in the league this season, there is no way he is taking less than 10 mil a season. I'm sorry, he's not. He's not. He's going to want to get paid. He's going to want to get paid a lot. He's going to finish with over 80, maybe 90 points, close to 100 points. Well, let's just hang on right now. Let me prorate this for y'all.
I think I've seen this before. Isn't this the end of Rounders, where the guy like hands over the piece of paper and he goes, "No, fuck you, pay me."
Yeah. No, wasn't that Goodfellas?
It was Goodfellas.
Yeah, Rounders was very good. Pay the guy.
Pay that man his money.
Yeah.
Okay. Mitch
you want the fire department paid? Fuck you, pay me.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Mitch
That's
Marner
good. How would I miss that?
He currently has 63 points in 52 games. He plays the full 82 game season. That's 100 points. He's getting at least 10 mil a season. At least.
I want him in that 11 mil range.
So, I think closer to 11 mil.
Sir, I want that 11 mil range, please.
Yes, put me in that range of 11. He hits 100 points. That's 11 mil range. He's getting it. And that's now you're looking at the Leafs having about 70. Let's be generous. Let's say 76 million by that point invested in, I believe, 15 players.
Yeah, but
15 players. They still have Kasperi Kapanen to re-sign. They'll still have Andreas Johnson to re-sign.
He's getting traded.
They will have to re-sign or replace Ron Hainsey.
Mm-hmm.
Jake Gardner is definitely gonzo. That's what Jake Muzzle's for.
That'll put.
He's Gardner's replacement.
Oh yeah, that's true.
But
Yeah.
you've got to re-sign Garrett Sparks.
Yeah.
You know, your backup goalie.
And
You
he
gotta
and he has
re-sign him.
arbitration rights too.
That's right, he does. And who's the other Leafs defenseman in there? Ozganov? Oza, how do you pronounce that?
Oza. No, not going to work here no more.
Jake Muzzin.
No, yeah, Jake Muzzin. No, Jake Muzzin's fine. Hang on, let me get my pronunciation guide up here. Bottom line is, they're not going to have enough money. They are not going to have enough money.
Because I'm just hearing right now that because the Maple Leafs are spending so much money, the cap's going up to 100 million next year.
No. Best guess scenario is going to be 83. That's what Bettman projected. So being kind, and we'll say that the Leafs cap hit is 76 million after signing Marner. They will only have 7 mil left.
7 million for fucking 9 players.
Yeah, to fill out the rest of that roster, and well over half of that is going to Kapanen and to Janssen alone. That's it. Igor Ozhiganov. That's the other defenseman.
And he has, again, arbitration rights.
Arbitration rights. So somebody's going to get traded. In fact, more than somebody.
That's fine.
Somebody.
That's fine. They're winning the cup this year, and then everything will worry about. It's fine. What could go wrong?
What could possibly go wrong?
What could possibly go wrong?
This is great. Let's be honest, guys. Who are we kidding? This John Tavares deal is looking money every minute.
Actually, the Patrick Marleau deal is looking.
How are they going to know?
2 goals in his last 16 games.
Lyle, he's got the 35 plus. They honored him at the All-Star game. We're wearing this jersey. It's fun.
Yeah, so much
if
fun.
only they knew that somebody like John Tavares would be coming out on the market.
Or Nikita Zaitsev and his 4.5 mil through 2023-24. Good luck moving that fucking contract.
Good
luck
kids.
moving that. Oh, I'm sure you could. Listen, hey, stranger things have happened.
Doesn't everybody need a right shot defenseman?
Yes. You know, you can only milk that Arizona Coyote train for so long as your dumping ground for salaries before they finally go, we're full. Sorry.
Guys, what am I going to do with all this garbage? Trying to build a team here. We're trying to get to Houston, for Christ's sake.
Do you move Nazem Kadri?
You might have to. That
might
might be the guy. But Lyle, MTC.
If you move Patrick Marleau, well, sorry, you can't because I believe he's got a no movement clause.
Who's that? Marleau?
Yeah.
Marlowe's got no move. Kadri has modified no trade, 10-team list.
So you can move. Yeah, so there's 16.
So you got 20 teams to move to.
20 teams you can move to. So there you go. So yeah, there's some players that
are go be a prick somewhere else.
Well, and this is the thing, guys.
Is it so wrong that I don't give a shit
about
that the Toronto Maple Leafs have put themselves in this position?
Oh no, I'm happy as hell. No. I am happier than a pig.
I said they did not need to go and get John Tavares. I still stand by that. Yes, John Tavares, he's given them great offense, and it's not a knock against Tavares, but they put them. This is a freaking trap of their own making. And if you were going to do that, then you should have locked up Matthews and Marner last summer for much less when you had the opportunity. Because now, or you should, or maybe they trade Nylander. Now, I know that Kyle Dubas said, as long as I'm the general manager, he will not be traded. As long as I'm here, he will not be traded. But he wouldn't be the first general manager to lie.
He could always circle back on that.
Of course you can trade him and just say, sorry, I had best of intentions, but then Mitch wanted a lot of money. Wow. But if you're gonna, if not, but bottom line is they're gonna have to trade somebody, and it's gonna be just more than one player. And from now on, any trades they make starting this summer will not be made to make the team better. They're going to be made to cut costs.
Well, okay,
they're going to be made to stay under the cap. It won't be made to make the team any better.
And if you're any other general manager right now, and the Toronto Maple Leafs come to you and say, "Hey, we'll trade you so-and-so," your first response is, "Cool, I'll give you a 5th-round pick."
Essentially.
Because you go low and you hope for the best. Because they've put themselves in a position that everybody else in the league knows they have to do this. Like you
don't
have to
see-
sell low now.
Yeah, and I don't see how they're going to be able to. Like I said, if they can ship out somebody who's carrying around $5 million a season or close to that, then you factor in Horton's LTIR, and maybe they could find somebody to take that off their
I
hands too.
forgot that Horton was still on.
Yeah, he's got one season left, but you'd have to put him on LTIR at the start of the season. If they want to give themselves more cap room, maybe they see if they can find somebody to take Horton's contract off their hands, because that's been done before. You know, again, you'll have to throw in a draft pick or a prospect. You got to throw a sweetener in to make that worthwhile. But maybe you can find a team to do that, and then you don't have to worry about, well, now I got a couple of guys, like I've got Kapanen or Johnson sitting here, and I got to wait until, you know,
Nope.
I can put him on LTIR to sign him because here comes the offer sheet. So
No,
Ding, ding, ding,
sorry,
ding,
I'm
ding,
not
offer
helping
sheet
you
bill.
guys out.
yeah, so
Offer sheet bill.
so that's why I'm saying I wouldn't surprise me if they actually try to move Horton's contract that final year, because there's only 1 year left. Try and send that to a team that's got the cap space to absorb it, and you throw in a good young player, a prospect, or a good prospect, or maybe you throw a second round pick in there to convince them to do that. And then you're going to have to move somebody. If you can find somebody to take Zaitsev off your hand, hey, if you can do it, then Kyle Dubas is a fucking genius if he can make that happen.
Agreed.
Yeah. If not, though, I think it's you got to look at moving Nylander. You got to look at moving Kadri. You got to give up somebody good. Maybe, I don't know. Maybe you can convince Patrick Marleau to waive his no trade in that final year to go, but I don't see that happening. What, the Sharks going to take him back? I don't think so. That ship sailed. He's not going to, we want to bring him back so he can play his final year here. Well, not unless you're picking up part of that cap hit. So it'll be interesting. As I said, if Dubas can swing this without any major damage to his roster, then
maybe he is the wonderkind.
Then maybe he will be the wonder kind. But right now, I don't see how he's going to get out of it.
He will be Alex Wright. All right, Lyle, guys.
Let's go Inferno.
I got
the most that anybody outside of Toronto has talked about Toronto in a while.
Exactly.
Yep.
On this show, at least.
On this show.
Can we go to a Scott Stevens trade tree?
Ooh.
So I have, thanks to the wonderful folks at Shapers Rink, there is a Scott Stevens trade tree.
I am interested.
So this is from the not even it's a offer sheet tree. So the branches are there. All right. So the picks that the Capitals had started off in 91. Trevor Halverson.
Oh yeah, panned out.
Zero games played. Then he was claimed by Anaheim in the expansion draft, and that trade tree, that branch is done.
That branch withered and died.
That one died quickly.
Yeah. Then in 92, Sergei Gonchar.
Oh, all right.
Gonchar.
Here.
All right.
He was there until March 04, traded to Boston. Boston gave Shane Morrison in return, and then a
Sean
draft.
Morrison.
Shane Morrison?
I thought it was Sean Morrison.
Yeah, I think it is Sean Morrison.
It is Sean Morrison.
Sean Morrison. Shawan Morrison.
Shawan
Morrison.
Shawan Morrison.
And they got two draft picks out of it. Jeff Schultz and Mikhail Yukhanov.
All right.
Morrison was then signed as a free agent by Buffalo in 2010. That branch is cut off. Schultz was picked up by the Kings. That's cut off. And
he
then
won a Stanley Cup.
Yep, and Yakhanov, his rights were not retained, so that's cut off. So we go to 93.
So far, we're in two generations of a branch. Is the farthest right now.
We're into Brendan Witt.
Ooh, all right.
And he was traded to Nashville in March of 06, in which CBC or TSN or whoever was following him. I think it was CBC because it was Hockey Night. They were following him. And Lyle got his site on there.
Yes.
Brendan Witt visited SpectreHockey.net as you should.
As y'all should.
So in that trade, they got.
That's a great tree there. That tree is still growing.
Yeah.
What, this tree?
No, the Spectre's Hockey tree.
Oh, that's yeah, it is.
Spectre's Hockey tree.
Because this tree's dead too. So he was traded to Nashville for a draft pick, which turned out to be Semyon Varlamov. Who then was traded to Colorado in July of 2011, which turned which turned into a draft pick that became Philip Forsberg.
Oh,
We all know what happened there. Which turned into Martin Erat, which turned into nothing.
Scott Stevens.
And then
That
it
was
turned
all from Scott Stevens.
Damn you,
and-
Scott
hold on.
Stevens.
And it turned into a 54th pick, which is originally Boston, which was traded with Cody Eakin to Dallas for Mike Ribeiro. Then Mike Ribeiro went somewhere else, and that branch died.
That branch died.
And another branch off of that was with the draft pick, the return of can't miss Chris Beach. You betcha, baby. Chris Beach was in on that deal. He was signed as a free agent in 2007.
It's just as the world turns, it just goes around and around and
It
around.
always lands on Chris Beach at some point, doesn't
Then
it?
the 94 draft pick was traded with Mike Ridley to Toronto. The Toronto Maple Leafs used that pick for Eric Fischio, by the way, if you're scoring at home, even if you're alone. The Caps in return got Rob Pearson, and Nolan Baumgartner was their draft pick. So the Rob Pearson branch, he got traded to St. Louis in January. St. Louis in January '96.
Louis.
Denis Chazet came in return on that. He played 0 games and was traded to Winnipeg a month later. And that became Stuart Malganis. And then he was traded to Nashville for a conditional pick in February, double lot, and that was the end of that trade tree. Nolan Baumgartner trade tree was traded to Chicago in 2000. Remy Royer came back for no games played. Then Royer was traded to Florida in March of 2001 for David Emma, and then Emma signed as a free agent in Germany that summer, and that trade tree is done. Finally, Mika Elmo was the last pick. He was traded with the 116th pick in 2000 to Calgary, which they picked on Levante Zumper. They also got with that draft pick that they traded, Matt Pettinger became that draft pick that they reacquired. Then he was traded to Vancouver for Matt Cook. Matt Cook then signed as a free agent to Pittsburgh, and there you go. That's the end of that.
That's incredible.
Wow.
So
Yeah, but, okay, so Scott Stevens ended up having a great career.
Hall of Fame career, some would say.
Yeah.
And those some people would be the Hall of
Some.
Fame voters.
Some would say.
Some would say
Some.
Hall of Fame career.
I mean, he won some Stanley Cups from what I hear.
yeah. So you know,
I've
he
seen
had
videos
some
on the
modicum of
NHL VR.
success.
But Sergei Gonchar and Brendan Witt, I mean, those are two great Capitals right there. Two fantastic Capitals.
Yeah.
All right. I mean, Scott Stevens probably would have been cool with
Yeah, I know when you think about it. If it wasn't for that limo, he would be playing on the first line.
I thought that was Dino Ciccarelli.
Yeah, I think it was all. I think Stevens was in it too. The Caps limo. Let's look at this one. What does this come up with?
Picture like the Ray Lewis limo.
No. May 15th, 1990. Remember that one, kid?
Infamous. Who
Uh,
doesn't?
It was Dino, Jeff Courtnall, Neil Sheehy, and Scott Stevens.
That should have been a haha. Fuck you.
We would have all gotten Dino Ciccarelli.
Yeah, exactly. Everything else, whoopsie doodles.
Whoopsie doodle.
I would have never gotten Jeff Courtnall.
I know. Jeff Courtnall seemed like such a great person.
I wouldn't have gotten Neil Sheehy because I thought he was already gone. In all honesty.
Selling Dodges at that point.
Huh?
Is that the
Yes, I think it
the car
was.
dealership in the area?
Yeah, exactly.
Sheehy Dodge.
Sheehy Motors. Oh man. All right, Lyle. Nashville was like Eric Nies in the '90s, and on that grind. Nothing for the MTV '90s reference. That's fine.
I liked it.
Thank you, buddy. Appreciate it. You know how you tell me you like it, you laugh.
I wasn't listening. I'm not gonna lie.
So they get Dan Boyle from New Jersey. New Jersey gets a second round pick, and then like I mentioned at the beginning of the segment, Cody McLeod goes to Nashville for a 7th rounder in 2020.
Bringing in the grit.
Pretty much bringing in that playoff kind of feel, right? That bump and grind. All you got to do is a little bump and grind. We learned that many years ago.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. What do you think? I mean, does this make him better? Does this make him any less of a superstar, more superstar, middling superstar, ghetto superstar?
Ooh.
Ghetto superstar. That's all I want to say.
I appreciate it. You're right.
Yeah, that makes up for nobody getting that '90s MTV.
The Eric Nies reference. That's fine.
Yeah.
Listen, you guys, I was in the MTV grind.
If we went Yo MTV Raps, then I'm in.
Oh, Dr. Dre and Ed
Yeah.
Lover.
Yeah, or remote control even.
Oh, Ken Ober, rest in peace. Anyway, Nashville.
Anyway, Nashville. Well, with Austin Watson being suspended indefinitely, as he's in now stage 2 of the league's addiction treatment process, he's out indefinitely. So they definitely needed to bring in some additional grit because Watson gave that to them. So Boyle will help there, and Cody McLeod will definitely help there as well. That they might be done. That might be the only moves they feel they need to do. I know I've heard them mentioned with guys like Wayne Simmons and Michael Fairland and God, Artemi Panarin for some difficult to fathom reason. Yeah, oof. Just the asking price alone, I don't think that gets that done.
Yeah. Do you want to throw? Do you want to stand in line to make bread, or
One factory?
Yeah,
whoops,
but I mean, you bring him.
It's been a long time.
You bring in Brian Boyle, though. I mean, he's a good checking line guy. Decent hands. I mean, he's on pace for a 20-goal season, so that helps out in that regard. Cody McLeod, like they said, he brings an additional physical presence. So, I mean, I don't rule out David Poyle doing something else. Maybe going after somebody like a Simmons, but I really think at this stage he addressed that need for more grit in his roster. So we'll see.
And you can't trade for mascots.
No. Well, there was some talk that people were wondering if they were willing to part with Eli Tolvanen, but I don't see them giving up on him. I don't see them making that move. I think they want that kid as part of their long-term future. So
kind of want him there.
Yeah. So
tell me about there's another trade. I don't know if we want to. Jarrett McCann on the move again. Jarrett McCann to Pittsburgh with Nick Bjugstad for Derek Brassard, Riley Sheehan, and 3 picks.
Yeah, Brassard might not be done moving.
Oh, baby, he likes to move.
No.
There's some loose ends there, and they're
But he was
kind of
such a great fit for Pittsburgh.
and he might be moving back to Columbus. Maybe.
Oh, going back to Columbus.
Maybe
Columbus.
there's some interest there. There's some interest there. Panthers are going to be very interesting because they're going to be selling. I really don't unless they turn things around in a big way in the next 2 weeks. They're in the sell category right now, and they're linked to Panarin and Bobrovsky. Now that most of the assumption is they're going to go after them in free agency, and I can certainly see that happening. But lately, now I don't know if this is just guys just kind of bouncing it around, but there's been some talk that they've at least looked into the cost for Bobrovsky. Though, if you're going to make that work, they're gonna the Blue Jackets would either have to take James Reimer in return or move him out in a separate deal because Roberto Luongo's not going anywhere. But you can't have Luongo, Reimer, and Bobrovsky on the Panthers.
Can you play more than one goalie per game?
I hope. Have we ever tested that? I don't think we've ever tested that.
No, they would have in Edmonton when they had Manny Fernandez and Dwayne Rollison if they could have.
That was Minnesota.
Well, whatever. It was
You did get the 2 goalies correctly there.
Yeah, you did get the 2. We will give. Can we give him? Hold on.
Right goalies, wrong team.
Points for that.
I'm
being told that this is just the wall. I'm not talking to him. So sure, points. But yeah, wasn't Reimer supposed to be the next big thing in that? What the fuck happened there?
Well, if Bobrovsky comes up and you can figure out how to get him.
Apparently the Panthers have looked into it, but the asking price right now is too high. No word on what that is, but I can imagine that, right off the bat, first round pick, of course, is part of the deal. And probably one of their good young players too, rather than Brassard. But Panthers, I don't think they're done dealing. I don't think they're done. And Just keep an eye on them in Columbus because something might be happening there.
I think we keep an eye on Philly too, because that's just dog shit insane.
Oh,
we also brought this up too, Lyle. Is this going to get people on Ron Hextall? Johnny brought up a great point. Is this going to get people on Ron Hextall's case for not playing the guy, for playing Carter Hart, because Carter Hart's done so well?
Yeah. So what I said earlier was that the bad part about, and I love the fact that Carter Hart is playing well. The bad part is that it validates people's thoughts that Ron Hextall needed to be fired.
Yeah. And unfortunately, yeah, I mean, I think you're right in that regard. But again, it wouldn't be fair. Look, did Ron Hextall, was he too reluctant to move young players to bring in talent that could help him now? Yeah. Yes. I think that he was there were times there where he probably should have swung a deal when he had an opportunity. But I think he did the right thing though, not rushing Carter Hart. I mean, Carter Hart's looking terrific right now. He comes in mid-season and everything turns around. But suppose you threw him in there at the start of the season and he played poorly. Okay? So I don't fault him at all for doing that. The other thing though is, Carter Hart's playing fantastic right now, but is this the sign of things to come going forward right now, or are we looking at perhaps? I hesitate to say an Andrew Hammond situation because I don't think Carter Hart is comparable to the Hamburglar that way. I don't see Carter Hart as a one-year sensation or a half-year sensation, but it's still early.
But Andrew Hammond cashed in on that. Let's be honest. He has hamburgers for the rest of his life.
God, yeah.
God damn. As a fat gentleman, Lyle, that's a goddamn godsend. Why are we talking anything else here?
To be a fat gentleman, I, sir, enjoy a good hamburger as much as the next person. Here on PEI, we have PEI Burger Love, of which I and my wife are proud.
What the fuck did you just call it? Wait, what the fuck was that?
PEI Burger Love.
You know what? So I'm just going to throw this out.
Where can I get that
there?
Every April, the restaurants here do specialty burgers. It's like
said that the restaurants here thaw out.
No, they do specialty burgers.
Are they kangaroo?
And everybody votes on them, and at the end of the month, they tally up which restaurant had the best burger. And it's
and then they kill the lowest rated burger.
Oh, absolutely.
They burn that place to the fucking ground.
Yeah, we just absolutely. And we put the owners of the restaurant out on an ice floe and kick it away.
Food on the ice floe, kids.
There we go.
Instead of us going to Vancouver for the draft this summer, can we all just go to PEI? Like we'll rent like a Airbnb. We'll stay near Lyle. We'll get burgers.
Sure.
We can watch it on TV.
John,
we'll cover it just as well.
Wait a minute. Stop. We can probably buy a place for $100.
All right.
I don't know why we can't. We can mortgage shit at this point.
Yeah, sure. Go ahead.
And by 100, I mean you could.
I say we go and see Lyle instead of flying to Vancouver.
Housing prices are affordable. Hey, you'll love this, Johnny. There's a golf course that's just down the street from my place.
Perfect. I'm in.
Hey,
I'll stay there for a week.
Yes.
Come
Daddy
home.
like.
We'll all go. Yeah. I don't give a shit. I'm not a member. Fuck them.
You can't be in the club.
But
I'm American. I can do what I want, right?
That's true. Squatters' rights, Johnny. If you stay there and if you stay on the golf course and they all leave because it's closing time, you own that golf course.
That's true. I can play without light. I don't care.
Hey, I got a question.
So he has incandescent balls.
So Cam Talbot apologized to his teammates for leaving the bench after being pulled. Did anyone notice he was gone? And why are the Edmonton Oilers stealing the Toronto Maple Leafs fans' bit and throwing jerseys on the ice?
Because the Edmonton Oilers suck.
Dogs! Year 7 of a 5-year plan. Lyle,
they're going to miss the playoffs for the 12th time in 13 years.
They're 2 years away from being 2 years away, Lyle.
This is pathetic with a capital pathetic. Is there any wonder why? That certain pundits who are not in Edmonton sit down and accuse the Oilers of wasting the best years of Connor McDavid's career? Oilers fans, I get why Oilers fans get upset when those of us who are outsiders dare to float that possibility that Connor McDavid's best years are being wasted, or that, heaven forbid, he just might get tired of all the losing if it keeps up and just says, okay, get me the fuck out of here.
Hey, guess what? Make me available for Seattle.
But
Hey, we said it 2 weeks ago.
you know,
I'm
you got-
in. I'm all in on that.
I'll tell you, for those Oilers fans who think, oh, it's like, you know what? Don't get mad at us for sitting here and wondering about McDavid's future with your team. Get mad at the people running your team for putting them into this situation.
Yep.
If this was a halfway decent team, we wouldn't be talking about the Oilers are wasting Connor McDavid's best years. You know?
Hashtag breach.
So
yeah, fucking that deal. Woof.
you know,
Hashtag
so,
breach.
hey, and if you don't think it can, and for Oilers fans, if you don't think it can happen, and hey, maybe Connor McDavid will be the good soldier and stay through the whole contract. But then I got 2 words for you, John Tavares.
Listen,
look at what happened last summer.
Don't
John
say
Tavares to Toronto.
Don't say this never happened. Don't, because we all remember Denny Lemieux called Detroit, tell them bullshit.
That's true. That's true.
Trade me right fucking now.
I mean, Ovi stayed through some really dog shit years in the Capitals, and he
But
won a
they
Stanley
weren't
Cup.
but they weren't.
Jan
that
Bullis
bad.
was a winger.
Are you kidding me? Look,
Yeah.
he had to
When he
suffer
first
through
started,
the first
Okay.
2 years, yes,
No.
and then after that,
so
what
4
happened?
years in.
So
I-
don't
4
give
years
me-
in, the Caps were
can't
good.
in
This
good
is
conscience
nothing.
have this happen.
What? This is nothing. The Capitals, you knew by year 3, by Ovechkin's
true.
3rd year, that the Capitals
That's
they
because
were on the way
Backstrom
up.
had been
You could
drafted,
s-
and he was
exactly.
an actual legit like top
He
line
actually
center.
he
could
came over.
see
But Lyle,
the
those first
improvement.
2 years though. Those first
Oh
2
yeah,
years
those
though.
first 2, but
Those
those
first
first
2
2
years, though.
though, it wouldn't fucking matter because he was on an entry-level contract, and it didn't matter.
Plus, he was wearing that mirrored lens, so no one could see his eyes anyway.
Okay, McDavid is now in his 4th season with these guys, and there is no indication that they're turning things around. 2 years ago, it looked like it was. That turned out to be a mirage, and that hurts worse.
But Lyle,
That hurts.
Isn't that
much
really the
worse.
worst thing that could have happened, though?
Yes.
Is that they made the playoffs and they got like
And in a big
complacent
way.
a little bit and being like, you know what, our team's good. We don't have to make moves right now. We're
Okay.
good. We just
Listen,
made the playoffs.
I believe they were gonna be. I believe they were gonna be a cup contender after
and
that.
I believe I can fly.
I was really impressed with the Oilers after that season. I thought they really showed me something. And then, Cam Talbot just returned to earth. Andre Sekera got hurt, and Oscar Klefbom struggled in his absence. They didn't, Milan Lucic. We were all fearful of that one when that signing went down in the first place. But yeah, just so many things hit all at once, and they just never recovered. But it's, this to compare McDavid's first 4 years at Edmonton with Ovi's first 4 years of Washington. That's apples to oranges, man. That's not a comparable at all.
That's true, because I guess by
Ovechkin's fourth
year
year,
4 they were making the playoffs
oh, they were doing more than just making the playoffs.
with Fedorov.
They were a dominant team. They were coming into their own as a dominant team by year 4.
Well, year
Remember, that
4
was
was
the-
2008, right?
No.
Didn't he?
05, 06, 06, 07, 07, 08, 08, 09, 09
thought he
in the
started
classic,
in
in the classic
04.
matchup with the Penguins and all that
That's
happy
right.
shit.
That's
was
where
the-
Alex, that's
that
where
was
Alex
year 3.
Chason wound up. Huh.
Edmonton? Yeah.
Edmonton, yeah.
So I'm looking at Adam Larson wearing the A here, and I can't help but wonder
How many people have their initials on their jersey?
There's that.
How
Taylor-
much different
like,
things would have been if they had
Yeah.
swapped Taylor Hall for Adam Larson straight up?
Exactly, and that was, by the way, in McDavid's second year, I think, or might have even been in his rookie year. I forget
That
how
was
long
that
ago
was
that
it. That was the summer going into his sophomore season.
Yeah,
They
Yeah.
only played together one season.
Unbelievable that you had gross mismanagement.
Oh hell yeah! Oh hell yeah! And now they got to try and dig their way out of this shit. But whoever they bring in, they had better be able to get stuff done within the next 2 to 3 years, because if not, if this is still a shit show in 3 years' time, I'm really wondering just how long Connor McDavid is going to be there. I know his contract is an 8-year deal, and he's only in the first year of it. He's got 7 more seasons after this, but I really don't see him finishing out that contract if this shit show continues.
What if they give him a bonus for winning the fastest skater every year?
No.
All right. I tried.
Oh, I know.
Sorry, Edmonton fans.
Sorry, Edmonton. You got Oh man. Oh my. Anyway.
Do we want to care about Winnipeg's first rounder? Do we want to talk about Brent Seabrook or any bag of fun stuff that we did miss, Lyle?
Okay, real quick. Winnipeg's first round pick is in play. And yes, they're going to go after, I think they're going to get themselves another second line. They got to get somebody that's going to get Patrick Laine going. He has only scored, he scored 25 goals this season. He's only scored 4 since the end of November.
Was it the beard?
I don't know, but what it is he's not playing on the top line anymore, and they don't have Paul Stastny there either anymore.
Yeah, that's probably a huge difference.
They need another second line center again. So that first round pick's in play, and that's what I think they're going to use to try and bring that in to address that need. Brent Seabrook, Elliot Friedman said, "Hey, the Blackhawks approached him and asked him if he'd waive his no movement clause, and he said at the time no, but they were still going to look around for trade fits. And then Brent Seabrook come back and said nobody spoke to me about waiving my no movement clause. And Elliot Friedman came back and said, well, actually, they had talked about it, but this was back 6-7 weeks ago when things were much darker for the Blackhawks, and now the Blackhawks are only 3 points out of playoff spots, so maybe they might not move him after all. He said, around and around we go. Bottom line, Brent Seabrook not going anywhere, because even if the Blackhawks wanted to trade him, 33-year-old defenseman carrying $6.875 million cap hit through 2022-23. Good luck. Oh, I'm sorry, 2023-24. Good luck moving that at the deadline. No. So there.
Oh well,
that's my bag of fun. I think your bag of fun went on ranting about the Leafs and then ranting about David again. Let's not talk. Don't bring up Edmonton anymore because it just pissed me off. I'm sorry they do. The team doesn't piss me off. The players don't piss me off. The fans don't piss me off. The city doesn't piss me off. The way that team is run pisses me off.
Perfect.
That's what happens when you go from 30 owners to 1.
All right,
ECHL.
ECHL. Let's do it.
The Echo.
See, I read the rundown.
Attaboy. Last week. It was a double vision. Till you rise with that double vision. We're gonna flag it so good. It's Sean Leahy's worst nightmare. Johnny and Mark tied. 8-8 for them. 6-6 for me and Lyle.
Oh jeez. If I had which Patanzo is it on better, I would play it, but no.
For the year, Mark with 171, me with 140, Johnny 135, Lyle 131. We are going to the ECHL.
It's too bad that we have a real way to break this tie, because we would do hangouts, rock, paper, scissors.
Yeah, of course.
But we have a real way.
Let's hope someone's not on a delay, or say they're on a delay. Winky, winky. Why did I go to ECHL.com? It is the fucking worst website in the world.
It is, isn't it terrible?
You open it up and you go to look for standings, see the teams, and they put you in the All-Star
standings.
game.
No,
hold on, you look at standings?
There's standings.
Who looks at standings?
Just to get the name of the teams.
I
just look at the team directory.
Look at Wikipedia like the rest of us. All right. So that means that Lyle goes first because he was the one who had 6 and is the lower total score. So Lyle,
and of course, I'm going to stick with my wrestling theme because it just this year's not working, but it's worked before. Besides, I'm going to win the freaking Frozen 4 anyway. This year. My year, bitches.
Attaboy.
Anyway, going with the Adirondacks Thursday Night Thunder.
Thunder.
See, that's the best part of the pickup segment, is that we just end up wasting a shitload of time until the Frozen 4, and then anyone can win
with the 200-point swing. And it's my year. It's my year.
Yeah, exactly. I like beer. I also like accents. That's why I'm picking the Newfoundland Growlers.
Nice.
That's a good one. That's fantastic.
Yeah, you like beer, like I'm picking Newfoundland Growlers. Huh? There you go.
Still want to go to PEI for the draft.
Exactly. Johnny P. I'm not stopping you.
Hey.
That's true. I'm going to go with the Greenville Swamp Rabbits.
Oh, there it is.
Greenville's, Swamp Rabbits. The Swamp Rarebits.
And Mark.
The Because I like accents in Saturday Night Live, I'm gonna go with Coach Steve Martin. Oh no, Steve Martin's son. Steve Martin's
Alan
son.
American.
And the Allen Americans.
And because they're wild and crazy.
That's good reference. That's not a dated reference.
That's not dated at all.
One of these summers, since I don't know if I'm ever going to get credentialed to go to the draft again, but one of these summers I'm going to save up what money I would have taken to go to the draft, and I'm going to come down to Baltimore. I'm going to visit you guys.
By the way,
I'm going to stay with Mark.
The best part about the Thunder.
Don't stay with Mark. That's a
terrible idea.
Shit show.
Stay with Johnny.
With the kid, you can stay at my house. It's a lot quieter.
Lyle, that's close to the airport. You could technically say you stayed at the airport.
And there's way more beer at my house as well.
Right?
Hello. Sorry,
Sure,
Mark.
it's like
I'm
a year
staying at
old.
Johnny's.
All right. So the good thing about the Adirondack Thunder, they play in the Cool Insuring Arena. I don't know what that is. Sounds great.
It does.
It sounds like it's great ice.
Sounds great. Less filling.
All right. Fuck you time. Listen, let's get in on this. Go to the first game of the year for the Canadians and the Senators in 2003, October 9, 2003. Why is that a thing? We'll find out in a bit. We're going to start off with Lyle Richardson because he's Canadian and he likes the Habs. So, Lyle, tell us what you got.
2003, huh?
Wait a minute. What? Okay.
2003 Canadians.
2003 Canadians, Ottawa Senators opening night.
Opening night
at the Corel Centre in Canada.
So I just got to pick the player. Okay. Jose Theodore.
Hi, he's on the board.
Yay!
All
right. Johnny.
Good work. I'm gonna go with Antoine Vermette.
Bod!
Nicely done. Yes.
His first game. That's part of the That's part of the gimmick. Part of the gimmick.
Part.
Yes.
I remember things sometimes.
What the gimmick is.
Mark.
You're muted.
Touche. Saku Koivu.
Saku Koivu. No.
Is this still the cancer years?
I think it was.
That wasn't the cancer year.
Is this a shoulder year?
Yeah.
Heart attack.
That was the shoulder year. No, he had the cancer year. It was 2001-02.
Okay.
Yep.
All right. To Lyle again.
Hang on. Shut up. Michael Ryder.
On the board.
Yes.
Johnny P.
Daniel Alfredson.
On the board.
There we go. This is shooting fish in a barrel now.
Thank you.
I'm going to stick with the Habs. See how well I do.
What's that?
Jason Spezza.
On the board, counter candidate.
Yeah, Rookie of the Year, Jason Spezza.
There you go.
He had a great second half that year.
He did.
Richard Sednick.
Board.
Yes.
Oh.
I don't like how he's reaching already with the question.
Yeah. No kidding.
I'm having to sit here. I'm like, wait a minute. Maybe I don't know as many of these guys I think I do.
So John.
Wade Redden.
Board.
This is shooting fish in a barrel.
No, it's going to end quickly.
Oh,
it's going to be like jumping off a cliff.
Come on, Mark.
Zdeno Chara.
Yes.
Yes.
This is going to be like, this is such a great deal. We should definitely jump off this 40-foot cliff.
What, baby? The games are rolling.
Okay. Mike Ribeiro.
Yes, Daddy.
Oh,
out of Johnny. Johnny, don't drop this potato.
Oh man, this is rough. This is tough now.
Man, scary time.
Oh,
time.
Oh man. Alexei Yashin?
No.
Darn.
Islanders, man.
We had a good run.
Islanders,
all right,
baby.
Mark.
I tried.
Mark,
Andrei
I
Markov.
could have gone with somebody else.
What's that?
Andrei Markov.
Yes.
Oh,
you
got
it. Oh,
jeez.
Oh, here we go.
Damn it.
Go.
Fucking hell.
That's what I was. Okay. Hang on. Defensive.
I got the club air horns ready.
Patrice Brisebois. Come on. Come on.
Come on.
Yeah, man.
Come on.
Come on.
Yes. I got the Brisebois. Yes.
Oh, damn it.
Johnny, come
Oh,
on.
this is bad news. I'm just falling apart as a person.
Come on.
This is
Come
the
on,
beginning
baby.
of my downfall on the
Yeah,
show.
come
You
on,
can
come on,
see
come
it.
on. You're doing so well, Senator. Said, don't let that one throw you. Come on.
Chris Phillips.
Yes.
Yes. Redemption.
He's back.
Redemption.
Here we go, Mark. Come on.
Come on, Mark.
Who's that defender that blocked a lot of shots all the time? He's there. He's got to be there.
He is. But we need the name,
Maybe
buddy.
he might
We
be
know
there.
who you mean.
We know who you're talking about.
But you gotta give us the name.
Are you talking about the USS Hal Gill?
I'm gonna go for the steal here if he doesn't get
Yeah,
it.
go for it. Go for it. Lon.
Okay, Anton
Hey,
Volchenkov.
you always the same fucking thing all the time. You still don't get the guy's name right. I don't understand this guy's name.
Anton Volchenkov.
Oh, yes.
My God.
I had to go for the steal, Mark. I'm sorry. Who's
fine.
that guy who blocked
Tag
a lot of shots?
He was that guy who did some things.
But the thing was, we all knew who he was talking about. I'm gonna go half point on that. With I'm gonna share that one. I'm sharing that one with Mark.
An alley-oop. Then that means it's also Lyle's turn.
Yeah, okay. I gotta go back to the Habs here because I had another name. I had it. No, hang on. Big defenseman.
Oh, stop this.
Big slap shot.
Sure.
Sheldon Souray. Come on.
Yes. Oh my God.
Wow.
Johnny.
This is gonna be a reach.
Oh, here we go.
This is gonna be a reach, and I've already missed one. So fucking who cares?
Here we go.
I'm gonna go Dominic Hasek.
Oh no.
Oh.
He was.
I was trying to figure out which years he was in Ottawa.
Yeah, right after.
0506, bud. Right after the lock. Well, this year's right before the lockout, isn't it?
It is.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The lockout.
Yeah.
All right, to Mark.
Craig Anderson?
No. All right, now we've
Not even close.
Okay.
lost
I'm going to jump back in on the
All right.
Senators real quick for a steal.
Johnny's got one, maybe.
No,
Okay.
maybe.
Okay. Mike Fisher.
Ooh.
We've lost the.
That was one I had thought of earlier.
Oh,
the whole thing.
come on.
Oh, Chris wants to.
No Mike
Chris, are you
Fisher?
still driving?
There's no Mike Fisher.
I'm still
No Mike
driving.
Fisher.
Oh shit. Okay.
No Fisher King on that one.
I really thought I was going to get in there for one. Okay. I'll get back into my lane then. Sorry.
Merge back in, buddy.
Oof. Okay.
All right, Johnny.
Ottawa Canadiens 2003, right?
Yep.
Yeah.
Sorry, a really random vision of Marvin the Martian just showed up in my head.
Oh,
So I have to go with
Wait.
Patrick Lalime.
Yes.
Oh!
How do you like?
There we go.
By the way, Fisher only played 24 games in 03-04.
Ah.
So, I think,
I thought he did play that year, but evidently
was,
not in the starting lineup.
yeah. No, he's not
Patrick
there.
Lalime. Thank God.
Nice one, Mark.
Dang. I'm trying to. I can think. I can picture the person. I got nothing. Sergei Kostitsyn.
Ooh, a little too early, but I like.
I
that.
like how you waited.
That would have
I
been
like
a good.
that reach.
That was a good
I
deep
can't deny
dive.
that
but
reach. That's a Hal
couple
Gill
years
kind of
early. A couple years early, but that was a good deep dive.
Yeah, Lyle.
Okay, I scored with Richard Zednik. I gotta go with. I gotta
hello.
go. I
Hey,
gotta go with another
You can't
one
say
here.
that after the Hunter incident.
Sure, I can. I'm well known for trolling bathrooms. That's
Whoa.
All right, let's.
yeah, come on. I'm well known for trolling bathrooms to meet famous hockey people. That's how I meet them, is in bathrooms.
Right.
It's got to be more
That's
than
not gonna be
coincidence, right? Right. Jan Bulis.
Yes, Danny Lyle.
Wow. That was right before he came to the Caps. Then
this is getting hard now. That's what she said.
Johnny.
So, but that Jan Bullis and Richard Sednick, they were both on the Capitals. So that means somebody had to have come to the Capitals in a trade, right?
Yeah. That was the yeah.
Or free agency, yeah, too.
Yeah.
Eric Desjardins.
Ooh, I think that pick, but not there. It's Philly.
Yeah, used to be had many moons before.
Mark.
Fuck it, Yannick Perreault.
Yes.
Which team? Then it's Montreal.
It was Montreal.
Yeah,
that was the link.
Yeah.
The old Yannick Perreault and Yannick Perreault facing off against the then newly crowned Yannick Perreault and Anton Vermette. There is your link. Like Legend of Zelda's. There's Link right there.
Link.
Okay. All right. Okay. I think I know a couple of senators here.
All right, Lyle.
Marian Hossa.
Oh. B-O-A-R-D spells board.
Yep. And I got another one after this one too.
All right.
Go around. Here we go.
Danny Heatley.
Nope.
Too early. Hossa was trading for Heatley.
Still in the ATL, shorty. Mark.
Yeah, I'm running out here. Mike York, probably not.
Ooh, good.
Not even close.
No.
York Peppermint Patty.
Lyle, who's your other one?
Martin Havlat.
Oh.
Oddly enough, he was injured.
Oh, what a shock.
Imagine that.
He is not on the board.
Imagine that.
What a shock. Color me stunned. Oh.
Mike Sillinger.
No.
No, sir.
I was hoping he played for Ottawa.
Yeah. Mark.
Lubomir Visnovsky.
No, sir.
Wow. You didn't even go with the right.
There was 3 names that start with a V. We named 2 of them, so there's still some out there. Last call for alcohol in this one. Last call for alcohol.
Yeah, no one, no AJ tonight. And Chris, I think, is driving. I told him not to answer if he's driving.
Yeah. Don't answer while driving, but not safe. All right. Trying to remember if he's still in much. I think he was. Craig Rive.
Yes. Daddy like.
Oh,
wow.
Oh,
Johnny, that was a good last effort.
Sheldon Surrey was already said, Chris.
Yeah.
Correct.
Yep.
Sorry, buddy. I still appreciate you though.
Oh.
All right. So yep. So we did all that, and then yep, and then and then deep dive into Lalim. And
yes.
Very deep.
I don't think it's right, but I can't think of anybody else on the 2 teams. So I'm gonna go with Hal Gill.
No, sir. Close. No.
Just because I like the USS Hal Gill.
He doesn't. Mark, last pick. Last organized pick.
I don't know why this guy's name popped into my head, but I'm gonna go with Volchek Volsky.
Oh no!
That's a great word, though.
And 2 W's too.
I know.
Okay, I didn't know if you were going the V Foundation, like Jimmy V, never give up.
Well, no, it's pronounced with V's.
That's true. But anyway, all right. Anybody got any others to throw out before I run down the rosters?
Nope.
Okay. For Les Habitants, Donald Audette. Patrice Brisebois mentioned. Jan Bullis mentioned. Andreas Dackel. Gordy Dwyer. Ron Hainsey. Marcel Hossa.
Oh. Damn it. That would have been awesome.
Joey Juneau.
There's your former cap.
Yannick Perreault mentioned. Stefan Quintal.
Oh, the Q is back in Montreal. That's right.
Did we get Mike Ribeiro? Someone
Yes.
said that? Yeah.
Yes. Yeah.
Ribe, Michael Ryder, Surrey, Nicholas Sundstrom, Jason Ward, Richard Zedek was mentioned, also Jose Theodore.
Wow, the
He
Habs
did
team
pretty
was
well
that,
tonight.
That Habs team was pretty crappy. I'm surprised they made the playoffs. Holy
Well, it's
shit.
because Jose Theodore was in net. that game.
Theodore. Yeah.
He did well tonight.
For the Senators, Daniel Offerson, Radek Bonk, Zdeno Char, Marion Hossa, Curtis Lecision. Curtis Lecision.
Was he right-handed? I knew there was a right-handed Ottawa defenseman that I could not remember who it was.
Could have been.
Could have been.
Chris Neal.
Oh, Chris Neal.
You know, it's 4-letter last names kept popping into my head. Like, I'm the kind of person who remembers the length of a last name for some reason. Radek Bonk and Chris Neal were two of the people I was thinking.
I
of.
can't believe
I who lasted a funeral.
I can't believe that I couldn't remember Radek Bonk. That was one of the first players I ranted about on this show many moons ago.
He likes sushi because it never touched a frying pan.
Exactly. Carl Rakunik. Wade
Carl
Redden. Peter Schaefer. Peter Shaslivy.
Right.
Brian Smolinski. Jason Spezza. Sean Van Allen. Vaclav Varada.
Varada.
Chenkov. And Todd White with Patrick Lalime in that.
Todd White.
We did a pretty good job tonight.
I got
that. Actually, yeah, that wasn't bad.
We did
all
a pretty good
all
job
things
tonight.
considered, especially when I think back now, my God, that Habs team was awful. And that Senators team was pretty friggin' good. Holy shit, man.
Well, that was
They lost in the first round every fuck year.
To
That's
Toronto.
still a lot of
To
the
Toronto,
Senators
but-
team, though, that went to the finals in '98, right? I mean,
Yeah.
that's still a decent amount of them
Wait, what?
there.
Or 08, yeah.
08, yeah.
That they still, yeah.
Oh
most
no,
of
I
those
mean
players-
that lost to the Caps.
Yeah.
Oh,
yes.
Yeah.
yes.
When the
Right.
Caps went
No,
to the
you're right.
finals.
That's right. That's right. Yeah.
But Damian Rhodes was in net, so.
Yeah. Well, that was always their downfall was shitty goaltending.
Right.
That was always shitty goaltending in the
Shitty walk.
playoffs. Yeah.
All right. Lyle, it's been fun. It's been real fun.
As always, guys.
Sir, we will talk to you again next week. And have a good week. We'll see you then.
Talk to you next week, guys. Cheers.
There he goes. Lyle Richardson, SpectorsHockey.net. And wherever you can get him, at Spectors Hockey on Twitter is where you can find all his shiznit. Johnny, shoutouts.
I'll give a shout out to Chris. Maybe got it before he's logging off. He said he's going to log off, but he thanked us for entertaining him during the drive.
Oh, good.
So,
Glad he was entertainment.
this is the reason that unlimited data was created. I'm sure.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Mhm.
I'm going to give a shout out to NHL VR. It's something that probably no one will watch. Lyle, though, he's got an Oculus Rift.
Mm-hmm.
What else? I'll give a shout out to concerts. Going to a concert on Saturday night. And the Black Bears are in town for like 16 weeks straight. After next weekend. So
What, after this weekend, you mean?
well, this weekend they're not home, but next weekend.
Oh, yeah.
They're home.
They play 3 games in Johnstown, and boy, howdy.
That's a lot of pictures I'm going to be taking, I'm sure.
Yeah, there you go. Perfect.
And I got Scotty a pair of Maryland socks.
Hell yeah. Love it. It's great. I can't wait to get them sooner or later.
Oh, I didn't tell you that story though. So the funny part about my shout outs are elongated at this point, but funny part about that story is they recognized me finally, and they're like, "Wow, you're here a lot. Like, what do you do?" And I told them, and the team now knows where to find the pictures. But they asked me, I was like, "Hey, can I get a pair of socks?" And they're like, "Oh, do you play men's league?" I go, "No." And they looked at me like they were confused because they were like, "Why are you buying hockey socks?" And I just decided I wasn't going to answer because I didn't need to give them a good answer, I guess. So I bought the best pair of socks that they had remaining. No stains, nothing on it.
Nice.
So that's what I got for you.
Thank you, buddy. I appreciate it.
Yeah.
Appreciate you for doing that, doing the groundwork. I appreciate it.
But I'm not ever going to use the socks to play hockey in.
Right. No, I may not either. I might just wear them
Around the house
Yeah.
to work.
Put it under my scrubs. Awesome.
I like it.
Is that it? Is that all?
Yeah, I'm good.
Mark?
Shout out to Three Notched Jack's Java. Was drinking that earlier. It's a espresso stout, very good. Next week I will not be able to be on. By the way, production note: I will be on a plane back from Atlanta, Georgia.
You're like a week late.
Yeah, I know. I wouldn't have been wanted. I wouldn't have wanted to be down there for the Super Bowl. By the way, that would have been terrible.
Yeah.
But yeah, and I have to go pee. So those are my shout outs.
All right, thanks, buddy.
BRB.
Like to give a shout out to Snow because it's never going away. Never going away. Shout out to Kazan meetings who allowed me to dress up like Hey Arnold went to Hot Topic. That's it. I think I don't have many shout outs this week. It's a pretty boring week. Shout out to Jen's gallbladder for holding out another week. Congratulations to that. I got Canada in 2 weeks, so I'm kind of happy for that. So that's it. That's all. I got nothing left to say. For Johnny P, Mark of the Sea, I'm Scotty Waz. Take care of yourself and someone else. This has been the Face Off Hockey Show, part of the Face Off Hockey Show media faction powered by Blog Talk Radio. Catch us on the socials, facebook.com/FOHS radio, twitter.com/FOHS radio, and on Patreon, patreon.com/faceoffhockeyshow. Give us a little as much as you want to even get the word out. That'd be great to help us pay some bills and get some refills. Sean, Angela, Brian, Chris, Matthew, Damon, Mark, Trista, Jeff, Ethan, Mitch, and Kevin. They're all part of it. You can be too. Patreon.com/faceoffhockeyshow. Ladies and gentlemen, until we talk to you again next week, sans Mark, because, well, who cares? We'll see you in a week's time. Peace.
Great timing.